And we are recording.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to this week.
No, they didn't hear anything before I spoke, so. Denied.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode.
Breathe.
Last week. Let's see. All right, where did we start last week? We were at a door. Yeah, last week we were at a door. With the good man doctor, trying to figure out how to open said door. And then we were like, "Yo, door, do you like blood? I like blood. Let's try blood." And that worked, but it needs a lot of blood, essentially like a whole human's worth of blood, and none of us were really down for that. So we were like, "Yo, okay, we'll be back."
From a live human source.
From a living human
Correct,
source.
from the vein.
Yep. And yeah, we were all like, haha, none of us want to volunteer, so we'll just double back around. You guys have been at this for 15 years. It can wait like another couple months or however long it takes us to get back here. So we left and went to the good old town of Kitty because that is where the brand said that the bird was. And we were like, oh, well, yeah, go to Kitty, find ourselves a bird. Got to Kitty, which is just vacation town. Almost got swindled right out the gate, but you know, we said F that and moved along. Parked our elephant, and
yeah,
parked the elephant. Went and found a place to stay that was kid friendly. Has a playpen. Locks from the outside.
Expensive as shit here.
And then
95 gold a night.
Yeah, 95 gold for all of our rooms combined. And then we were like, let's go experience the nightlife. Woo woo. So then we did that, and I don't have my notes open and I can't remember the name of the place. No. Thirsty Todds. Woo.
How could you forget? All I
can remember is abs. I couldn't remember the name of the place. I could just remember abs. Where we had a lovely bartender server man named Abs. He was great. We don't know much about him, but he's got abs. That's his name now. Edward got to take a shot out of some titties. Great times. And we lost K2 at some point. Don't know what happened to K2.
We did see his boot up in the rafters.
This is true. We did see his shoe hanging in the rafters. But the rest of him, we don't know where he is. Which he could be in many places. We're gonna find out.
But before he disappeared, we did see him get the golden shower. So.
Which is a drink?
Yeah, that's true. He got golden showered. Good times. And Ajmir got kicked out of the bar because he tried to swindle someone who was an absolute perceptive god.
Drunk perceptive god.
Yeah, this man had talent like no other. And then he also failed at trying to swindle people in the street. So he went home, I think, or went back to the inn. Sad. And the rest of us went back to the inn.
Swindle the swindlers. It doesn't work.
Super drunk. And then that's where we ended it. Going to bed. And that's what you missed on Glee. Be very rated R episode of Glee.
Again, this is not Glee.
For a second there, I thought you were just going to be like,
it's our Glee if we want it to be. Do you want us to start singing it, Joe? We'll start singing.
I mean, if you really want to, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you, but it's not Glee, so.
It's Glee.
It's Glee.
I mean, at most, this is a 10 out on MTV Cribs.
I don't think we can legally call it Glee.
No, we can't.
Luckily, we're the only people to watch this, so woo!
Yeah, good thing we're not making any money off this.
Watch, I'm still wind up taking down my entire channel. Just because.
DMCA's are a bitch, man.
I was gonna say, DMCA has much more bigger fish to fry than you.
Yeah, like Metallica.
Like the entirety of Twitch right now, so, you know. Yeah! Morning of, or K2's time. I don't know.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
So are we starting in the morning, or are we starting at K2's?
Hey, no, you guys were still at the bar when we left off.
No,
No, we went.
weren't.
We went
they
back.
made it home.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we made it
right.
home.
That's right.
'cause
You made it
I
home.
ended up in bed with Georgia.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening. They were just way too drunk, but they were in bed together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay. So,
Another step forward.
I forgot about that. All right. So,
because you tried to forget about it.
and no, it's been a long couple days.
That's right.
So K2,
So Josh.
you had a very eventful night.
Woo.
You ordered the golden shower.
Apparently.
It was quite delicious.
I doubt that.
Fair. Very intoxicating.
It seems more like a novelty thing than an actual way of drinking, as it just
Yeah,
happens
absolutely.
everywhere.
It is definitely a novelty thing.
Yeah.
And then you got talked into a drinking contest
Nice.
with one of the patrons. Loser had to throw their shoe up in the rafters.
Oh, so I lost.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we
you
know who
definitely
lost.
Yeah.
And then your shoe landed in the rafters, so he gave you 10 gold.
Oh, nice.
So you're up 10 gold.
Yay.
K2's the only one who's gonna come out money positive tonight.
And then another guy, thinking that he could also best you, decided to also get into a drinking contest with you.
Okay.
And you beat him.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So he tried to throw his shoe up in the rafter, missed, hit a girl in the back of the head.
Oh!
Just another patron at the bar. And then you smooth talk the fuck out of her, and that's where you are right now.
Nice. Charisma things.
Cool. So up gold, down a shoe, but with a lady. Sounds
Yep.
good.
Yeah, that was that sequence of events.
So
So
clearly
it started
the nat one was the
bad,
shoe.
and then it just got better.
So clearly the nat
Fair.
one was the shoe.
I
And
mean,
that
you,
one was the shoe.
I mean, you start at the base of the mountain, so yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Well, if I've already smoothed over the encounter with this woman, I'd see what she's interested in doing. Because I am all in on just going along with the ride of this night.
Fair.
As I am new in town and want to see what's going on.
New in town.
Just full John Mulaney. I'm new in town.
Exactly.
I know someone new in town. Oh, what are 3 other things about him?
So she is a local.
Nice.
She frequents the Thirsty Todd's quite often.
Sure. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Exactly. It's a popular hangout place.
She's
Locals
gotta
get
do some
discounts on
money.
entry, so
That makes sense.
that's part of it. She makes custom jewelry
Ooh.
that she sells on the street.
Okay.
So, that's a little bit about her. Oh yeah, her name is Sonia.
I was gonna say, like, does
Name?
she have a name?
Yes.
No.
She is women.
No, she's a mystery woman. No, her name is Sonia
With a Y or with a J?
with a Y.
Okay.
You should gonna flip the script and make it an I.
Oh,
Yeah?
that was weird.
I could have, but yeah, with a Y. So she's not incredibly interesting, outside of drinking. Because
Okay.
that's how she spends her nights. I'm just saying, like, she's not inclined
That doesn't
towards
mean
magic.
she can't be
She's not
interesting.
Well, I meant like extracurricular interesting.
She might not have anything
There's an
necessarily-
interesting personality, but she's not like an adventurer. So like,
Well,
You don't
I
really
wasn't
have many other
expecting an
hobbies.
adventure. I mean, if she lives in town, like I wasn't expecting an adventure.
Yeah.
You wasn't
Yeah.
diving for like, hey, are you part of like a knitting circle?
Right.
no, she
Um,
makes jewelry.
Clearly.
She knits with gold.
That'd be really fucking cool.
It would be, actually.
Golden thread.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is she a dwarf?
No,
No.
those are all dead.
Oh, yeah.
Did you forget?
Right.
I'll take that as a yes.
No, she is a human. So yeah, her plan is just to get as drunk as possible.
All right.
Getting hit with the shoe was not part of that plan, though.
Nope,
Yeah.
it was not.
Then I guess I'll offer to get drunk with her and see where the night takes us.
All right. I mean, you've already smoothed her over, so like it's
I know.
completely up to you how you want that night to go.
Was all right. Seeing how I don't really have anything planned, then like, we'll see. Like, how about like I make like a persuasion check, and that decides how crazy the night gets, because like I'm already like kind of on good terms. And so, like, from this point on, it can either just stay good or explode off into greatness.
Sure. Yeah, I like
or
that idea.
fail spectacularly.
There's not really a chance of it failing.
Yeah. I don't think it's a fail state. I think it's more just the end of the night being like, all right, see you later, man.
Yeah. He rolled high enough on the fifth roll that it's things are rolling pretty good.
All right, cool. And now that I'm in control, I have ways to make this even better in my favor. But I'm just gonna do a straight roll because I
Totally
don't
make her
want
a
to.
stalker.
I don't want to like fucking just go all in, like
Just blow everything
like,
on this.
blow every spell slot. All right, that's probably a failure because that's a 2.
Yep.
So I will spend a sorcery point to reroll it.
All
'Cause I
right.
can do that. Motherfucker.
Wow.
Ouch.
All right. Yeah. So it stays a great night.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are a good night, I should say. You guys have a good time.
Sure.
She doesn't hate you.
I mean, in my defense, I am drunk.
Yeah.
You know,
Good start.
you probably
I know,
don't
great
find out
start.
that she's married.
Oh, God.
Hasn't stopped me before.
That's concerning.
Fair?
So yeah,
All right.
the two of you just get absolutely shit-faced before parting ways at some point.
Cool. Well then, seeing how I've already destroyed that chance with a nat 1, I'll go off and find something else to do.
All right.
He's just riding the wave.
Yep. The night is still young. I've got plenty of spell slots and sorcery points.
Just sound wave, boys.
How big is the how big is this bar that we're at?
It's 3 stories tall.
Is it one of those like big open center areas?
Yes.
Okay. Then is like the 3rd floor like the VIP area?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because there's there's the main floor where the bar is, and then upstairs there's rooms that go around a balcony, and then above that is the VIP area. So the third floor is completely enclosed.
And how high up are the rafters?
In here, maybe 30 feet.
Oh, okay. I was originally going to try and make my way up to the third floor to get close enough to get my boot out of the rafters. But now knowing that's the VIP area and walking up there with one shoe probably is not a great starting point.
Probably not.
Then I will do the opposite, and I will use Mage Hand to collect my boot.
Fair.
Put it back on, and then try to charm my way into the VIP area. And this I will use Enhance Ability on,
Okay.
seeing how my rolls are just going great so far.
Yeah, fair. All right. Yeah, you journey up to the second floor, and you see the staircase leading to the third floor, with a bouncer standing at the door.
Alright.
Like this is a very bulky Leonin.
Little lion man, alright. Is he standing directly in front of the door, or like
Yes.
next to it? Okay.
Yeah, there's a sign overhead that says VIP.
No, that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Quite the opposite. I see that sign and think, perfect, exactly where I need to be.
This sign won't stop me.
It can't stop me. It's an invitation.
Jesus.
Alright. I walk up to the lion man. Just the epitome of confidence.
Right.
And,
Probably bolstered a little bit by that liquid courage.
yeah, exactly. And I say, "Excuse me, sir. The real party awaits me."
God damn
Understood. Do you have your VIP pass?
Shit.
I have it right here.
Jesus.
And I will use Subtle Spell to Minor Illusion a VIP pass.
Not prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, I guess it
It
Like
would be
if he
small
had-
enough to like fit.
it
your
would be
phone,
small enough
probably.
to be in my hand. I'll go with Prestidigitation, seeing how that's... He might want to look
Physical
at
sub-
it.
yeah, it's physical
phys-
substance.
Yeah, I'll do Prestidigitation.
Okay. You prestidigitation, and he takes it from you, looks it over. Alright, checks out. Have fun.
Thank you.
And he just steps to the side as he opens the door for you.
Fantastic. I nod and go into whatever awaits me.
I walk into the party.
Maybe I'll
Alright.
meet Todd.
You might.
You enter into a much calmer scene. There are various people gathered at tables. Some playing dice games, still drinking. some playing cards. Everybody seems delightfully buzzed. And then there is a small group of people on the far side at a bigger table. They seem to be the most important of the bunch. The true VIPs. There is a separate bar up here as well.
I fight the instinct to join my people and go to the bar instead to gather information first.
To blend in.
Because I'd probably want to know who the VIPs are before I pretend to find out, like, pretend to be one of them.
Fair. Alright, yeah, you go up to the bar. The woman at the bar greets you. Good evening, sir. What can I get for you?
There was a list of all the drinks, wasn't there? Group
Yes,
note?
it's in the group
Yeah.
notes.
Cool.
For Spanish Express. Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I forgot about that.
I'm gonna order a strange concept because that is like the definition of me.
Yeah.
Alright.
I am a strange concept.
Alright.
Yes,
And-
you are.
Yeah, and then while I'm talking to the bartender, I would like to kind of bend her ear, learn what I can about the people of this bar without giving it away that I have no idea who they are.
Sure, make a persuasion check.
Sweet.
Out of it.
That's better.
Alright. Yeah. She, she'll tell you that the main person at the VIP table is the mayor of the town. What is his name? Look it up really quick. Da-da-da.
Royam.
Roy.
Royam.
It's just mayor backwards.
Uh-oh.
Didn't even-
Mayor Royam.
I actually didn't write his name down. 1 second. While I come up with a name.
Josh's brains don't all work all the way, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Oh yeah, baby. No,
Brain
we
dead.
can... Yeah.
Yeah, you sound a little out of it.
yeah, I'm definitely sick.
Oh no, buddy.
Yeah.
Not COVID, thankfully, just a cold, but it's wearing me down.
Yeah, that was me yesterday.
Okay, let's see.
Gross.
Just we'll just fantasy name generate these guys.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I like this guy's name. Alright, his name is Brenvod Skyfist.
Ren Von Skyfist.
Yep.
God, with a name like that, he's probably just the fucking bird polymorphed into human.
That would be
Josh is
clever.
like, now that you're saying it,
Yeah, right?
He does
Hey
have
guys,
like,
we found the
damn
bird.
it.
He's the fucking mayor.
And then K2 just gets taken and devoured.
Yep. So yeah, so Brenvod Skyfist. Here, I'll put the names in group notes.
Cool.
Brenvod Skyface.
So yeah, he's the mayor. There's a woman at the table. The bartender would tell you that she is the business partner of Todd. who runs the resort.
Interesting. All right.
Todd is not present.
Okay.
And her name. Just keep going with the.
Just keep going with it.
Keep going with the fantasy name generator.
Yeah, why
Until
not?
he find one he likes.
Yep, exactly. Man, these are near weird names.
I'm waiting for just like a James Bond style name where it's just like way too like sexually promiscuous.
Okay, here we go. Her name is Seago Eagle Gaze.
Seago.
Seago.
Right.
Now all I'm picturing is Shigo from Kim Possible.
Yeah, dude, same.
Fair.
Alright, fuck it, we'll name her Shigo.
Yeah.
Seago Eagle.
The third person at the table is the sheriff of town. So the highest ranking official
Of the law.
of the law. And his name is Azir Zost.
Azir sauced. This man is drunk.
That is a lot of Z's.
This is
K2 following along and having to force himself to slow down on that name.
And the fourth person at the table, she actually doesn't know who he is.
oh,
Oh.
mystery.
Exactly.
I'm assuming these are all humans.
No, the fourth person is Dragonborn.
Oh,
Yeah, the other
oh
three are
good.
humans.
What color is the dragonborn?
Watch
Dragonborn
Dragonborn.
it's a black Dragonborn.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, red.
Oh, I've got a story for him. Now,
Hey, I met someone like your news kind of a dick. Wow. Assuming we're all the same just because we're Dragonborn. It's fucked up, isn't it?
So there is the list of
Christ.
people.
God.
Step 3. Reevaluate my personal biases.
I forgot that's how you spell Todd.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I love Skyfist.
Yeah.
Sky Fist. You want to know how I got the name Sky Fist?
Not particularly, no.
No, not
I
at all.
fucking punched the sky.
Oh.
I
Okay.
didn't want to know.
All
Oh, now you
5 fingers right through it.
Sir, this is
All
a
at
Wendy's.
once. Sure, this is a Wendy's. Alright, cool. I'll kind of like start like rubbing shoulders with like the other people in this area. Just kind of like a casual, like, hey, good to see you again, even though I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, they're a little buzzed, so they play along with it, not knowing who the fuck you are either. But they're like, God, I must know this guy. He's important.
Yeah, he's up here. He's friendly. He says he knows me.
Yep, exactly.
It would be rude to
It's
pretend
that
I
moment
didn't
where
know
you don't
him.
want to be rude, be like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
When
these are
someone
all
you
various,
obviously know.
very rich business owners. So these are the people that are sitting here that aren't at the big VIP table, are the people that run the shops that are not on the street.
That run actual brick and mortar.
Actual brick and mortar shops, yep.
And so many rich pockets.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got booted out a long time ago.
you didn't even make it past level 1. I'm all the way at the boss.
It's almost like Using your words is generally a little better at getting your way.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That and also, Ashmer was unlucky as shit.
After I've schmoozed a little bit, I'll make my way up to the VVIP table.
The very, very important people.
Yes, that's
No,
what I
it's
meant.
The very few important people.
And
Alright.
I'll walk up and I'll say, "Ah, Mr. Mayor, good to see you again. It's been so long."
Who the fuck
Good
you?
to see you too.
Eyebrow raise intensifies.
Yeah, it's exactly it. He's like, huh. Once again, actually, go make a persuasion check.
Sure. $25.
Hey.
Yeah, he opens up pulls the chair out next to him and goes, "Ah, yes, I recognize your face, but I can't put a name to it. Who are you again?"
It's completely understandable. I've gone by a few names in my time. However, you may remember me as Cade.
Ah, that name rings a bell. Please have a seat.
Of course. And I will take a seat at the VVIP table.
All right. The Dragonborn looks at you, and do you speak Draconic?
I do not.
Okay, so he says something to the mayor, in Draconic. At which point the mayor responds in Draconic, and then the Dragonborn glances over at you again, and that's it. As far as his interaction goes. And then the Shigo glances over at you and says, "Cade, are you spending your time on the resort?"
I'm assuming. What was it? Janelle was part of it.
Janine's, but I don't think it
Janine,
is.
sorry. It's not.
No, she is not.
No, we haven't gotten to the resort yet.
Got it. Okay.
It's at the end of. It's further west.
Yep. Yeah, there's the main tourist town, and then there's the resort, which is
Got
beyond
it.
everything. Yep. You guys are in the town, but you haven't gone to the resort.
All right. I'll say. I was planning on making my way there eventually, but I thought I'd come to the brighter side of the city, see what fun I could dig up here before relaxing in the next few days.
Understandable, it is a bit calmer in the main city. So, the sheriff glances over and goes, "So, Cade, where are you from?"
Well, I've been doing a bit of traveling lately. The last time I was here, I came over from the high city of Lorik, just to the east. I heard so much about this town, decided to see the main city, and had so much fun I decided to come back after a few years of weary traveling.
It is quite the fun place to stay. Especially for those that have enough money to indulge in its finer works.
Of course. Wouldn't expect it any other way. How has business been going here in Kitty-Vidi?
Well, the business owners certainly don't complain. And the resort seems to be doing well. And as long as people continue to pay their taxes, then we have nothing to worry about.
I noticed on my way in, it's kind of a, how I put it, a boring trip on the way to Kitividi. It's kind of open expanses. I was expecting a long trail of caravans on its way to the Promised Land.
Yes, we normally do have traffic of caravans coming into Kitividi, but a strange creature has been warding things off.
A strange creature, you say?
Yeah, a winged beast that terrorizes the streets around Kitividi.
Where does this creature come from?
We're not sure. It's somewhere nearby, but we haven't seen any nests or anything of the sort.
Do you have anybody hunting this creature?
Various people have gone out attempting to slay it, and none of them have returned. We find blood marks and many splatters, empty bones, carcasses, various missing limbs on the road, but never whole bodies.
Interesting. This creature sounds like quite the trophy.
I'm sure it would be if somebody were able to kill it.
And what would the great city of Kitividi pay for someone to kill it?
Well, to re-enable the trade routes between cities once again, bring up the traveling caravans toward us once more, I'd say that Kitividi is willing to put forth a bounty of about 5,000 gold.
Interesting. I might be interested in such a job.
I'd say I'm a little surprised.
Yes, I know my current attire. I seem very threadbare and weather-worn, but I am actually quite the magical mage.
Coming from Oric, that doesn't surprise us.
Tell me, if I was to ask you if there's anything to the west of here, that this creature could possibly be hiding out in, what would you say it was?
The Shigo speaks up again and says, well, there's the only thing to the west of here that we know of is the resort, and I haven't seen any strange flying creatures around the resort. It's possible that it's nesting offshore somewhere.
Are there any islands to the west of the resort?
There are a handful, yes. Small islands, nothing that, like it could be populated by people, but certainly for a beast that could fly, I could see why it would desire such a place for nesting.
My amazing powers of divination tell me that's the place I should look for such a creature. Tell me, is there a ship that I could use to get there?
The ships in this area are very difficult because we're up on a cliffside. The only real way to access any docking waters is through the resort. Even then, the only ship that's currently docked down there belongs to our good friend here. And she motions over to the Dragonborn.
Interesting.
I suppose if you had a way to pay Comriel for his compliance in the matter, he could possibly bring you out there.
I suppose we could come to an arrangement. Comriel, was it?
Dragonborn nods his head.
Josh.
Yes.
During my time with the Emerald Dragonborn, would there have been any symbols on any jewelry that she would have had that I could recall at this moment?
Make an intelligence check.
Alright. Not the worst at this. Alright. I will spend a sorcery point to re-roll that. Oh
Okay.
shit, I clicked on sorcery point.
Ah!
Alright, let's try that again. Better.
Okay, yeah, that is high enough. You recognize that the paint that's dressing the right half of his body is near identical to hers. It is Sarnathi war paint.
Okay.
Oh.
But there aren't any, like, distinguishing sigils that I could perhaps use in this moment to show this Black Dragonborn that I have a mutual friend?
Any unique sigils are not currently visible on him.
Well, I meant on her.
Oh, on
Because-
her.
Because I did
Oh, right, yeah, this is
a very in-depth look on
yes.
her.
Yeah. Yes, you would have seen she has a house symbol.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, was a house symbol.
Yeah, so she is one of the, I believe was it 5, Ryan? 5 royal families?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, she is one of the 5 royal families of Sarnath. So you never
Yes.
found out which one, but
Yep. And I know practically nothing about Sarnathi politics, so I might just fucking shoot myself in the foot here. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, how do I want to phrase this?
Very carefully.
Yes, very carefully.
Remember, K2, your words are like landmines. One wrong one and everything goes up in smoke.
Yeah. I'll say.
No pressure.
I think it's within the best interests of our mutual friends to come to a mutual beneficial arrangement. And with that, I'll do like a subtle spell, minor illusion of the house symbol of the Emerald Dragonborn on my palm as I kind of like put my hand out to shake. And just wait for a response, hoping it's not acid to the face.
He looks down at the sigil, glances up at you, and you see this large grin on his face as he goes in and shakes your hand.
Fantastic.
And then he says something in Draconic. And everybody else starts laughing.
I laugh too, because I'm drunk and I think I just made a friend. It's funny, I almost took Draconic when I got my new language, but I was like, nah, there's no reason for me to know Draconic. Alright. Then I will coordinate with my new Dragonborn friend when the best time to leave would be.
Sure. Shigo will also be in it on the conversation since you have to go through her resort to
Of course.
leave.
Yeah.
They come to the agreement amongst themselves that the better time for him and for her to get you guys into the resort, seeing as you're not currently a guest there, would be in 2 days in the morning.
Alright.
That gives Cormiel time to finish up his affairs, and it gives Shigo time to discuss with Todd the plans.
Oh, Todd's in on this too, okay.
Well, they're business partners, so he should be known.
Fair
should
enough.
be aware of him.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that Todd is a more major player in the city than I originally thought?
Yes.
Okay. He's like...
From what you can tell, he is the most important person in the city.
He's like D&D Porkies.
Yeah, everything that they say seems to kind of involve Todd, even though his presence is not here. So he seems very, very important.
We must make sure that we get the approval of the Todd father.
God damn
The
it,
Todd
Blake.
father.
Alright, well... With business concluded, I check with them to see what's on the docket for the rest of the night, to see if they've got anything planned. I'm not done yet.
Sorry, you wanted to check with who?
I mean, the
He wants to
VIP.
hang with the rich people.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
hang with the rich
VVIPs. If they've
Yeah.
got more planned for the night, then I'll hang out with them. Otherwise, I'll go find another cheap thrill to look into.
Yeah, I mean, their plan is just to sit here and talk. So, this is their gossip time.
All right, fair enough. Gossip. I do love juicy gossip. I don't think I would really learn much, seeing how I had to fucking talk to the bartender just to find out who the mayor was. Yeah,
Yeah, they seem to be a little more close-lipped around you too.
I
That is
get it.
something
I'm a
fun.
fresh face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bid them adieu. See Shigo, and I already forgot the other guy's name. Camriel? Comriel? I
Comriel.
see it.
Or Comriel, yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Comriel.
it's like where'd the second K come in? Okay, yeah, Comriel. I will bid Shigo and Comriel adieu, and see them in a couple days. Say goodbye to the mayor and the sheriff. Good seeing them again. Wink. Yeah, and go see if I can find some more trouble to stir up.
All right. For the sake of brevity,
Yeah, I get it.
you stir up more trouble.
Hell yeah.
Nothing else negatively impacts you, or
What about
positively
positively?
impacts you.
Not
You
even
just
like
have
a-
a good time.
Not even like a general carousing check to see where I wake up in the morning.
All right, sure.
Hell yeah.
Alright, if you're gonna pull my fucking leg.
What type of check is this? Performance? Persuasion? Deception?
Collusion?
Let's just do delusion check.
I said
let's just do-
collusion, but...
let's just do persuasion.
Persuasion? 25.
Fuck, I didn't think this far ahead.
Shit.
I'd say you travel to, you'd stay at the current bar for a little while. You kind of linger around, drinking with people, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't meet anybody else of import because they're all upstairs.
Sure.
But given that you didn't roll horribly, you don't end up in the street with your money all gone.
Right.
You'd eventually stumble your way back to the tavern. I think you've kind of met everybody you could possibly meet.
Alright. And nobody seemed interested in getting to know each other a bit better?
I suppose there you did roll quite high. Yeah, I'd say you'd pick up a local.
Hell yeah. I don't wanna I don't wanna have to wake up the children crying if I don't need to.
Fair.
Alright, then I'll head to the local's house.
All right. And that's where you spend the evening.
Perfect. For those who like to be disgusted, this is called paratrooping. Where you're in a new location and you pick someone up so you have somewhere to sleep for the night.
Oh, okay. It was like, what are we talking about?
It's just a really, stupid term that I picked up. Thought it was both disgusting and hilarious, and never forgot about.
Yeah,
Pretty funny.
It is sleazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Paratrooping.
Cool. Well, then I will slip out the next morning and make my way back to... Was it Janine's? I already forgot.
Yeah.
I will make my way back to Janine's, once again victorious, as my carousing has netted more information than the rest of the party combined.
We weren't even looking for information this time.
Neither was I, but I still found it.
Yeah, but I got to take shots off someone's abs, so who's the real winner?
Definitely Edward.
I
No.
spent the
Yeah.
night with
Definitely
a-
not Edward.
I spent the night with a beautiful local that I will never know the name of.
Well, I didn't say beautiful. I said local.
Everyone gives Briar shit for like sleeping and moving on. K2 doesn't even know their names. I at least know their names. And like remember them. K2's just like
And thus you've encountered the sexist outlook on sex.
the double standard.
Yeah. And Josh, you didn't have
Glass
to say
ceiling.
beautiful because at this point in the
K2's
night,
drunk
as
enough.
beautiful as K2 is, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
she was attractive to drunk K2. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Was she
Yeah.
attracted to actual K2? We'll see, you know?
No, see, that's the thing. K2 knows the drill. Don't look the next morning. Just get out while the
Just leave.
fantasy is
Jump
still
out the
intact.
window as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Don't ruin the fantasy of a one-night stand.
Alright, somebody else talk for a while.
So I guess we all wake up.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, you all get your long rest in, yada yada yada.
All of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too, eventually.
Yeah.
Guess we're going bird hunting today. Woo!
In 2 days.
Well, we
We
haven't
don't know
talked
that
to
yet.
you yet, so to
Oh,
us, we're just
okay.
going today.
Got it.
Man, we might want to wait for K2 to get back, at the very least. Wherever he is.
He's dead. For all we know. Yes, then K2 just like saunters in like hunky dory, but missing a shoe.
No, I got my shoe back.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Keto.
Don't talk so loud.
Oh yes, I forget. All of you got up to degeneracy last night.
Not all of us.
I don't want to
I-
play playing games with the kids when they woke up.
I was there.
You got up to degeneracy, don't you lie.
Oh?
Wasn't my choice.
I like look over at Rava and I'm like,
really?
he took a shot out of a really, really hot lady's boobs.
Wow.
Well, Edward, seems like you are more the adventurous type than I thought. Good for
Not
you.
really?
So bad for you?
They practically had to beg him to do it.
Oh, dear boy.
But he did it, so a small part of him wanted to.
Are we entirely certain of that?
Well, I know I wanted him to do it, so I don't care.
Well, fair enough.
Nice. So, bird hunting?
I guess.
Oh, right.
Ding it.
I actually was very profitable in that route. Not only have I found us a lead on said bird, I also accomplished in securing travel to the bird's nesting grounds. The only catch is we have to wait 2 days.
Like today and tomorrow, and then we go, or we go tomorrow? Like we go on
I-
the second day, or we go like after 2 days?
I
on
got the
third day?
sense that they would need 2 full days to get their affairs in order, so it'd be the day after tomorrow. starring Keanu Reeves.
Check my brand. Josh, is it still in the same direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay, Josh?
He's dying.
No. Oh yeah, I'm totally fine. Just it's still the west of you still.
Okay,
Oh my
cool. Yeah. Yeah. I bring Georgia breakfast in bed because she also appears to be dying. Funny how that works, huh?
Oh, it's so weird how quiet
Yeah.
all the NPCs are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait a
Georgia's
second,
extra
Keanu Reeves was in
hungover.
the cave.
Okay. Was this before or after you lost your shoe?
After, and as you can see, I reclaimed it from the rafters.
Congratulations. Well, this is going to be an expensive stay for this bird.
It's better be worth it.
I mean, we could always just camp on the outskirts of town. We don't have
I
to
wouldn't
stay
mind
here.
that.
This
have
is
a car.
fair.
We have a carriage.
Yes. Personally, I would much rather stay in the carriage than in this garish location.
And I'm pretty sure the carriage isn't big enough to hold everybody.
Yeah, some people
sleeping-wise.
can sleep. At least some people can sleep. The kids can sleep in the carriage. The rest of us
Yeah.
can sleep outside.
Yeah. It's not the first time any of us have had to sleep on a floor.
You mean on the dirt?
Yeah, because I
On the ground.
Mm-hmm.
don't think any of us can afford 2 more days staying at literally any place here.
Nope.
I've been surviving off of free drinks that people buy me because I'm handsome and charming.
Sure,
Is
we'll
that
go
why?
with that.
Well, you'll be out the entrance fee for Thirsty or whatever. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called.
Thirsty
God damn it!
Times.
Actually,
Times, I'm so close.
I already made half that money back.
Well, then you're only out. What was it? 20 gold total. So you're only out 10.
Yes,
There was like a 50 gold entrance fee.
it was not that high.
It was 20.
Oh,
was it 30? I thought it was 20. Yeah.
It was 20, and
was
I
20.
got 10 in the drinking contest, so...
Congratulations. All right. Well, what do we do today and tomorrow?
Well, today we gather our stuff. We enjoy a nice meal somewhere.
Today we what? Sorry. Oh,
Pack our stuff. Enjoy a nice meal somewhere. And find a place to put the carriage.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jamal has ever seen the ocean.
Ask him.
I too am curious. I will ask him.
Okay.
Right.
Well, let's do that then. I guess we go get our shit
Yeah.
and collect Georgia.
She just needs a piggyback ride, it's fine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she can also hang out in the carriage with the children.
See, what it is the kids get the seats, and she just gets the floor.
I feel like the kids could easily just take like one bench between the two of them. They're probably not that big.
There's also a bed in the carriage.
So what?
There's a bed in the carriage? Why would there
Yes.
be a bed in the carriage?
We've
Is that
mentioned this
specified?
before.
Have we?
Oh.
Josh has mentioned this the first time we got Jamal. I'm the only one who apparently made note of that.
Yeah. Good job. All right.
I don't remember ever saying there was a bed in the carriage.
I must have, because Nestor made note of it.
I mean, apparently.
Oh, we have a bed in the carriage.
People really opening my story, Ashley.
It's one of those like pull-out things. You like flip up the cushions on one of the seats, and then you like yank it out, so that like all the cushions, like all the seats are connected, so it just becomes flat-topped and just becomes one big bed.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, but this was like the same session we got Jamal. So.
All right, well.
I barely remember what happened last session, let alone when we got Jamal.
I think I was too hung up on the fact that it was a carriage behind the elephant and not a palisade on top of the elephant.
Yep.
I'm still
concerned about that.
I
remember.
I'm still hung up about that. We'd be so much more mobile if we didn't have a fucking wheeled cart that we gotta drag everywhere.
Yeah.
Could take that elephant off off-roading.
4x4. All right. Well, then let's go. Let's just go. I guess. There has to be other shit to do in Kitty Vidi.
Well, apparently there's a market where people sell cheap jewelry and other things.
Specifically jewelry, huh?
Specifically cheap jewelry and assumably other things.
Yeah.
As soon as Josh said jewelry, I pictured like those like
a
shitty like coral and birthstone jewelry that like they make in like Arizona.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just pictured like super
You're not
like.
wrong.
I just picture the knockoffs you could see like people selling like in Times Square in New York.
Yeah, and like every street corner is the same, slightly different colored. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can go to the market and we can just wander around and maybe we can find other stuff to do for 2 days in KDPD and not get robbed.
Do we want to go to the caves?
Oh shit, that's right. There's caves.
Yes, there are caves. I just don't know how
Okay.
alive Josh is for cave spelunking.
Well, that can be definitely later, yeah.
The
Oh,
caves
sorry,
are
guys.
all part of the resort.
Oh, sorry guys. It's high tide. All the caves are flooded. Guess you have to come back next week.
Yeah. You'll have to come back in 3 days to be exact.
God, we're a bunch of fucking college tourists. Hey, does anybody want to go caving?
Yeah. What's spelunking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we wander around for a bit.
Yep.
Alright, well, let's go unpark the elephant.
Yeah, we're going through the market with the elephant.
Actually, wait, maybe we should just leave Jamal and the horses for today, and then when we leave to go camp outside, then we unpark them.
Yeah, that's a good call, Chief.
Yeah, the stable wasn't that expensive. We can afford the stable. So.
Yeah.
No, the stable's not the issue. It's
Yeah, alright, well then... To the market
Yeah.
we go, I guess.
See if there's anything of interest. And hopefully not exorbitantly overpriced.
Gotta haggle.
Oh, cool, a Mickey Mouse Pez dispenser for $20!
I could just go buy like a fucking regular Pez dispenser and then just slap some ears on it.
definitely fucking good.
For like $5. I learned how to properly load a Pez dispenser the other day, and my whole childhood was ruined. I used to load that thing like a fucking, like a magazine on a fucking...
Yeah, just one at a time. Just...
Yeah, but it turns out you just load it from the bottom, and it rips the
Yep.
packaging, and then they just all come out. My mind was blown. But it was really fun loading them one at a time like bullets as a child. Loading the Pez's in. Made you work for it. Made them that much better. Woohoo! Shopping!
Alright, so like I said last time, there isn't really a market square.
It's like the whole
It's
town.
The whole town.
Right.
So you have your... I guess the big thing is, what are you looking to buy?
No idea. A souvenir.
I mean, there's a lot of those.
I don't know. I just don't know what I want.
I went to KDV and all I got was this crappy T-shirt.
Went to KDVD and all I got was robbed.
No, that's what happened to Brand.
No, it's a little bobblehead of Todd Von Stra- or of Todd.
From Thirsty Tots.
Yeah.
I love it.
During the day, there's just someone sitting outside those places, like selling their merch.
Todd's Bobble.
No, like every one of Todd's businesses, because he's got to own more than just Thirsty Todd's in the resort. Everyone has their own commemorative bobblehead. You got to collect them all.
Oh.
Ah, yes, you need to do the fucking, like, collect all the pins for every commemorative shop.
Exactly.
And then when you have all 8, you can become the Pokemon Master.
You're one of Todd's special friends. A Tobblehead.
You gotta take on the Elite Four, if you know what I mean. Wing.
Wow.
Well, you've already encountered them, so you got the leg up on.
I sure do. Oh, there's even a dragon-themed one. Damn it!
Oh, get fucked.
Always a dragon-themed one.
And then the champion, Todd himself.
Wait, Todd, the guy from across the street?
Exactly.
Smell you later, Cade.
K2 has just become the Pokemon antagonist.
Oh,
or not, or protagonist, rather.
Protagonist, yeah.
I know what I meant to say, I just fucked up with saying it. Look, nobody expects me to words good. Oh, you think I play negative charisma characters? Even the high charisma character I do play, which is Edward, is still kind of awkward.
Alright. Seeing how I'm not really looking for anything specific, can I just roll on the trinkets table to see if something?
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
basically what I also want to do, and then I'll just make a souvenir out of it.
I just want to keep out an eye for I want to say buffets. Sure, whatever.
Oh, nice.
Food.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the trinket table is, Mike, so you have to tell me what I roll.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So I find the shell of an egg painted with scenes of human misery and disturbing detail.
Nice!
How morbid.
Classy.
Briar, you find a rectangular metal device with 2 tiny metal cups on one end that throw sparks when wet.
Uh-oh.
Is this like a medieval taser?
Oh, see, I was picturing one of those super old 1920s phone boxes. Where you got one cup that you listen to and one cup that you speak into.
Oh my god. That's funny. We bought mystery bags at a store. At a shop, they just had bags of stuff, and he's you buy one, and then you get whatever's in it.
Listen, a boat
Pretty
is
much.
a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. We'll take the box.
Jesus.
Anybody else looking for random shit?
No.
No, I'm good.
Alright.
Alright, I'd say the random mystery box item cost you a gold.
Excellent.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
There you go. Chaos.
Everybody start collecting random trinkets. Woo!
I don't need to do the chaos, that's what you guys are for.
Dude mood.
An old chess piece made from glass.
I was expecting, human bone or something.
They're not all creepy as fuck.
Cowards.
You said chess piece?
Yeah.
Chess.
Okay.
It's Since we're on the ocean, it's probably made from like sea glass.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, that'd be so pretty.
If you want to know what type of chess piece, I guess roll a d6. Or would it be a d7? No, it doesn't.
I don't.
Eh,
Who cares?
Alright. So, probably it'd be pawn, knight, bishop, rook, right? Am I missing
Probably.
one? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I was right the first time. Yeah, then it would be like queen, king. Yeah. So there you go. You got a glass.
Queen, king, pawn, rook, bishop, knight. Yeah, 6.
Yeah. Okay, 6. Yeah. So there you go. You got a glass rook.
Okay.
We all hold out our 3 items, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Darkalion got the best mystery box.
I don't know about that, but it's pretty. That's about it.
I'm interested to know what laid an egg this size, and then someone just decided to put like a painting of humans in misery. That's like they spent a lot of time on this.
A painting of human suffering.
Yeah.
Wonder if I just like throw this in some water at some point when we're fighting an enemy in a puddle. I'll just drop it and electrocute them.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Worth it.
Add it to my collection of random shit.
Just put it next to the Molotov as random things to throw later.
I have so many random collected items. Oh, I guess I don't technically have this anymore. Or this. There we go.
Or that. Or that.
Not to mention,
My inventory. Putting this in as shell of suffering.
Fair.
Alright. Is everybody satisfied? Should we leave town for a couple of nights?
No buffets?
Oh yeah, were there any buffets?
There are buffets, yes.
Oh shit.
I just look around and I'm like, yes, right here.
Oh shit.
Every city's a buffet.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck off!
you just get the disappointed dad look from Attribute. It's just like, you really?
See, my brain went to Jimmy Buffett's jazz persona, James Buffet.
Jesus.
You actually find the buffet labeled, "Thank you for calling. How may I help you? How may I help you?"
No!
Oh, wow, that was a visceral reaction.
I do not want
No.
balls dipped in my drink, thank you.
Oh, wait, I forgot a thing I wanted to do. I want to find a place where I can buy a map of Kitty Vidi.
There is no map place in Kitty Vidi.
There's not even like a random person that just sells like a map. Doesn't have to
Nope.
be like the most. I'm
See,
offended.
Broken Briar.
Wow, not even like a mall you are here map.
Nope.
See, I was expecting like a
Like a travel brochure, like
an amusement park where it's like not
Yeah.
to scale it ever, but like it's just like a bunch of things just like exploding with color. It's like, hey, that looks cool. Let's wander around to try and find that.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Nothing of the sort.
What the fuck? This is upsetting. I'm triggered.
Good.
Briar's like, I already hate this place. There's no maps.
It's just like, this place was great. Now all of a sudden there's no maps. I fucking hate this place.
All right. You can calm down by just going ham at the buffet. They might even have ham.
No. What ham?
What
Ham
if-
is disgusting.
What if it's rare?
No.
Can you
Look,
cook
ideally
ham
what you
rare?
want
I don't.
is
No.
somebody good-
Not really.
Ideally, what she wants is somebody good looking and high in cholesterol.
They don't even need to be good looking. I don't care what they look like if they're just gonna be food.
Sometimes they're high in cholesterol.
Why would that make the flavor better?
I don't think it would.
Well, you know what they say, adding butter to anything kind of makes it better.
You know,
Christ.
I'll give him that one. I will give him that one.
I don't know if that was Josh or Sorsha.
Just go to one of the bars
No, that
and
was
find.
definitely me.
Just go to one of the
Okay,
bars
fair.
and find one of the drunkest guys. That way, you'll get your feeding and you'll get drunk off of it.
Oh, you know.
You'll get your feeding and your friends.
Your buffet. I'll be back later. I go off.
We
Go
can find
find
our own
food.
buffet.
You know, they might have blood pudding.
I just give K2 the fingers. I walk away from over my shoulder. I'm like, fuck you.
You know, that's a good call. She would be very disappointed with blood pudding.
Considering there's probably not actual blood in it.
Exactly. I think it's like, isn't blood pudding like kind of coagulated blood?
Oh yeah, no, there is blood.
Yeah.
It's like
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's
It's not
normally like
actually pudding.
it's either pork or beef.
thought it was
blood.
lamb.
Oh, just
I mean, probably
It-
could be lamb too. Lamb is probably the more fancy, bougie version.
I don't think I ever knew that blood pudding was a type of sausage.
Yeah.
I thought it was leech.
Ew,
No.
What?
gross.
I get it. Kind of.
It's a Valheim reference.
It's made from
Oh.
pork or beef blood
With some type of
Um,
oats in it.
with fat or in a cereal, usually oatmeal or any of those grains, basically,
Fuck that.
in casings.
It's
Yeah.
basically like tartar, but
Mhm.
it's made from the blood instead of like the meat, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's like
cooked
similar.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, I'll pretend what that is.
Tartar. The one weakness of the Minotaur.
My God.
Oh god. Yeah,
That's
man.
just
Anyway, the closest buffet to you is called the Seaside Sea Shanty.
Yes.
Excellent. Is it by the seashore?
No, it's actually in the city, but it's
Yeah.
close enough.
How many
It-
times
it-
we gotta tell you?
It doesn't quite ring
It's
well
just
where
gonna
it's
the name.
Look,
to
look,
be
look,
Cityside
look.
Sea Shanty. It doesn't ring as well.
Look, you can get a patio view of the seaside view. You can see from the patio where you can see the sea.
Doesn't matter. I'm not even there.
You know, when they said that it was like you could see the sea from the patio, I wasn't expecting just a giant letter C.
You're just like staring at the wall of another building.
It's a really nice sea.
Anyways, the fish buffet.
Yeah, it's all seafood.
Surf and turf, baby.
I would fucking hope so at this point.
I can finally live out my fantasies of not dying from shrimp.
Same.
Are you allergic in real life?
I'm allergic in real life, yeah.
That's
I-
funny.
I'm allergic to regular fish, so I'm probably allergic to shrimp.
You know what's funny? I never knew that fact.
It's a good thing you never brought
I
Wow.
feel like I've told you that before, Josh. Maybe if you
Yeah,
fucking-
probably, but like, you think I listen to anybody?
To be fair, we never exactly went to any like seafood restaurants.
Yeah, I'm not that high class.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Trust me. We know.
I regularly dine at Taco Bell, and if it's with Mike, it's generally Arby's.
Ooh, bougie bitches.
Every now and then he treats himself to a very fancy meal of Chipotle.
Ooh.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Which is basically just bougie Taco Bell.
It Live that bougie lifestyle every once in a while, man.
Yeah. I go find dinner elsewhere, or lunch, I guess, brunch. And hopefully don't get caught doing it.
Oh shit, brunch, that's right. We got any mimosas?
I'm about to have one, if I find someone drunk enough.
Alright, Briar, make an investigation check. Everybody else, you spend 5 gold.
Sweet.
24.
Alright, you find a drunk person passed out in the street.
Like, that's hard. I can get food for people.
Like, that's hard.
Excellent. I pretend as if I'm helping this person as I take them somewhere and no one will see me.
Oh god, I've seen this movie.
You do so.
Excellent. Well, their blood alcohol content just went way down.
Mostly because their blood content went down.
Exactly. Gonna be a bitchin' hangover.
It'll be great. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
Make a medicine check, Briar.
No. Ew, no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry, your doctor's not here to give you
Oh no.
official diagnosis.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, you finish your mid-morning snack,
Oh.
and that person stops stirring at some point.
Oh no.
Oh!
Oh shit. The consequences
a
of my
little-
actions.
She had a little too much.
Oh, look what it
If
is.
they're still drunk in the morning after drinking, their blood alcohol content's probably pretty high. When you take away the blood, they die of alcohol poisoning.
They die of poison.
Oh no.
That's no bueno.
It's fine.
What do you mean? That's fucking hilarious.
Oh no,
I'm
See, that's
impressed that
just no bueno.
it filters it.
For me.
It's fine. I don't
What?
know.
Is there somewhere I can hide this body?
Make a stealth check.
Oh fuck.
I just made friends with the mayor.
This entire session is about to take a big turn.
Yes!
Well, I'd say that you wouldn't have disadvantage on this because you're hiding a body, not stealthing yourself. But you rolled a
It's just
5 either
automatically.
way, so
Yeah,
like,
it's just another 5, which is
yeah.
So you're still
baby.
fine.
I
So
say take the negative.
you,
take the nat one.
you hide the body in an alley, and then you just run away.
You,
Oh,
you like prop him up so he's kind of like standing like slumped against the wall. It's like, yeah, that's good.
Weekend at Bernie's him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, well. Yep.
See, this is the difference between you and me. When I go off by myself, fun stuff happens. When you go off by yourself, you kill a guy.
It was an accident.
You know, just because you say it's an accident,
Yeah.
doesn't absolve you of the fact that it was
No, I know.
you doing it.
Most of the stuff I accomplish are accidents too.
Yeah, but that's the difference between a happy accident of, ending up in someone's bed and killing a dude through negligence.
We have 2 more days here. Fuck.
Yes, we do.
Oh no. Okay, well, this is gonna be awkward.
Yes,
oh,
it
God,
is.
and I totally went off it. Oh no. There are
Story
more
of Briar
than
being a fugitive.
there's more than one person or more than just our group that knows I'm a vampire.
Yep.
Oh fuck, Abs! I gotta find Abs and kill Abs. Where is
Oh my god!
Great. That's the solution.
God,
Serial murder.
Corey, the evil campaign hasn't started yet.
Lawful neutral evil, baby!
Oh my god.
Sasha.
Lawful neutral? The fuck?
Depends on the situation. It depends on the day.
No, lawful neutral evil. You gotta say it all in one.
Yeah, it's all
Lawful
smushed
neutral evil
together.
good.
It's lawful neutral evil.
Lawful neutral evil.
You're good there, Mike.
It's basically like lawful Knievel if I had to really shorten it down.
Yeah,
Oh my
evil
God.
Knievel over here.
Yeah, exactly. That tis I.
Yeah, evil Knievel.
Yikes.
Evil
Huh.
Knievel.
Jesus.
We are.
Alright.
here for
Yeah,
this.
so Briar killed a guy.
But
That
no
was
one will
yeah.
know.
As soon as we hear like the fucking town crier talking about a vampire killing somebody, you're just gonna get the most side eye ever.
I would like to point out that upon my leaving after killing this guy, I definitely cover up my bite and like I slash this guy's throat to make it look like he was killed. Not.
Oh, okay.
Bruh.
If he was dead.
I just love Mike's disappointment. Just like, God, you're not even good at this.
Can't even own up to the mistake and leave the mark. They have to slit his throat to add insult to injury. Maybe he was still alive. You don't know. Now
He's not
definitely
now.
dead.
He's fucking dead now.
Oh, Christ.
Roll a 5 on medicine check. Yeah, he stopped breathing a while ago. Yeah, maybe he's
God.
just sleeping. He's got his throat.
If he stopped breathing now, by the time someone finds him, he's still
Hey,
gonna be
man,
not breathing.
I don't know.
He's gonna just be not breathing her. Like
I'm just saying, there was a chance he was alive. And
Fucking
it was definitely still 0%, but there was a chance. And now
Hey,
it's just,
man,
there's no
If
mystery.
people
Just-
can survive brain-eating amoebas, someone can survive alcohol poisoning without any blood, right?
Oh my god.
Anyway, everybody else enjoys a delicious seafood punch.
Can I convince anyone to try sushi?
Oh god.
We had some lovely seafood and mimosas. It was great.
Yeah, meanwhile, Briar struggles with the implications of murdering an innocent.
Yeah, Briar definitely also had a seafood diet, but it was more like seafood kill food.
Jesus.
Ooh, this is you just got a whole lot less enjoyable.
For you.
You know, I'm definitely gonna target Edgemere with this. Can I convince Edgemere to eat sushi?
I mean, he's down to try anything at least once.
Yes.
I mean, Edward probably will too.
Dope.
Yeah.
She's happy she just gets the kids to
'Cause,
eat
you know-
anything.
Only if you do the voice.
What voice?
You know,
No.
sushi chef voice.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I don't
Oh,
know.
God.
It's just,
The fuck?
Mike finds it entertaining, therefore, oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I'm more just curious to see what she would do for a sushi chef voice.
Oh, I thought you were like referencing something, not just like.
I'm not
no
referencing
chef.
anything, no.
Yeah, no, that's where I got confused.
I'm just yes-anding you.
Got it.
I don't know if I can because, listen, sushi is already so hard for me to fucking say.
That's fair.
I'm gonna leave it at me somehow getting the guys to try sushi. Oh my god, I almost fucked that up. And accepting the fact that the kids eat anything. I'm happy. Whatever. Is it dessert? I don't fucking know.
It's
They ate.
dino nuggies, but they're fish on the inside
They're fish shaped.
Fish shaped dino nuggies.
instead of chicken.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Here, try this. It's the chicken of the sea.
This doesn't taste like chicken. Yup, I know.
Didn't say it tasted like chicken.
I don't get to use that gift very often, Ryan.
You're gonna learn today.
Cool. Yeah. So, does Briar find us at some point?
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
yeah.
fiasco doesn't take her very long.
Yeah. So we're probably like
Probably
midway
waiting
through.
outside. I'm just
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
outside for you guys. I definitely am contemplating everything that just happened. I'm like, oh fuck.
Contemplating the consequences of
murdering
her
Abs.
actions.
Yeah, I'm like, how hard would it be?
How do I cover up the murder of Abs?
Oh my god.
Cool.
So yeah, you all finish your brunch, and you leave the seaside sea shanty. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
Apparently.
very
And,
hard to
you
recommend.
find
when you can't.
Briar trying her best to blend into the shadows nearby.
And failing.
Rava just kind of looks at her and like pulls out like some of like the seaweed she had snuck out, and she's just like, "Fuck you doing?" And just like munches on it.
Briar,
Like, you eating ocean grass? Like, what the fuck?
I might be. Don't you judge me.
It's fucking gross.
It's the
What?
equivalent. It's probably the
You
equivalent
say
of like
eating
celery.
blood jellies.
Yeah, Starcallion.
I was just gonna say, Briar took the term "finishing your breakfast" to a whole new meaning.
Finish everything on your plate.
Finish him.
okay? Yeah. Fatality.
Oh god.
Part of the Clean
Uh.
Alley Club.
Jesus.
I'm never gonna look at Baptist the same way again.
God. That's fucking dark.
Oh god damn it! You okay over there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just still the headache. It's too sunny.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Right.
Since when do you... This is the hangover, isn't it? Not the
Yeah, it's the hangover.
It's the hangover. You've seen me walk in the sun plenty. Atramir, come on.
You've got
Also, I
some
did-
red on you.
I may have had like
What the fuck is that?
3 mimosas.
Take to the finger again and walk off. And as I walk away, I'm like try and subtly look down like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
It's Would you like one of my rags for that?
No, I'm fine. Let's go.
You don't seem
Why are you
fine.
in such a hurry?
Still hungover. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I'm not finished eating. I have a drink in front of me still. I would like
This
a
is
moment
after
to
we
finish
walked
my-
out.
This is after.
Yeah, she didn't walk inside. She was hiding in the shadows.
Down with like a
outside.
fucking Tupperware.
I don't waste food.
He took his fucking mimosas in like a to-go service.
Listen, we used Atramir as a body shield and
Little
snuck
to-go
food out.
cup,
It
little
happens.
paper
It's
cup.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I suppose let's get going then.
I'm not a fan of illegal acts. Sneaks food out of a restaurant.
I'm not a fan of waste either.
You think you
Look,
could
it's
just give
not
all
illegal
leftovers to
take food
Fenny?
out.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the restaurant for brunch.
Well, that's just cruel.
Tell me about it. I'm on the same page. I agree.
Alright, shall we get Jamal then?
Yes, I suppose that would be the pertinent thing to do.
Go unpark our elephant and our horses.
The real question, is Reelan sober enough to drive the elephant?
Reelan didn't go with us. Unless he drank way too many mimosas at brunch, he should be fine.
So I had a good couple, but I'm fine. I can chef.
He says, slightly slurring his words.
Tremere, didn't you also learn how to drive the elephant when you were up there learning languages?
That is a good question. Did we establish that, Reelan? That
I don't remember ever teaching you to drive the elephant. I was just teaching you to speak Swarkian.
Oh boy. Anybody else have a way with the big guy? Oh, Rama, he loves you.
I'm fine. You do not need to replace me so easily.
That was a bad idea, but let's go.
Good.
I love that drug reel and just turns into like that stereotypical Latin lover. You don't need to replace me so easily.
Jesus.
Need to be fine.
It's fine.
How much do we owe this for this stable? I don't remember how much it cost.
I don't remember either.
I didn't write it down.
It was only
I
like,
already paid for it.
yeah,
Well,
it was
I don't remember how
like
much did we pay for. Oh, I guess technically it was only here for
gold
one
a
night, so
day or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I
for
thought
like
it was
all
like
of them.
5 gold or something like that.
I remember it
Oh.
not being that expensive. Because we were like, oh shit, really? That's it?
Yeah, it was like 2 gold for both.
Yeah, it really wasn't a lot
Oh,
for like the
yeah.
2 horses and the elephant, yeah.
Yeah.
Could always check the VOD.
Nah,
You already paid for it, so.
cool. Yeah, I
We all
don't
know
wait.
we
I
can't
have like
afford this
just
for more than
grabbed.
one day.
I've like grabbed Camaria and I'm like, let's go, horsey, we're out of here.
Why is she in such a hurry? I am confused.
I'm concerned.
Agreed. I'm the criminal and I'm concerned.
I don't know, maybe she got into trouble doing something and is trying to escape.
Look, we weren't gone that long. It's not like she tried to bed somebody who was married.
Potentially.
I'm sure it's
Oddly
nothing that bad.
specific, But
Brian, you are sweating quite profusely. Are you sure there is nothing in your mind?
I'm like way far away already.
Yeah.
I've left with the horse while you guys deal with unparking the elephant.
Yeah,
Oh,
Briar's
you're just fucking straight
going.
out of town.
Yep.
I grabbed Camaria, hopped on there, and I started walking away.
Yeah, Briar's decided she can't be fucked to stay here anymore.
Too many people, too many sounds. I'm too hungover. Fuck this place.
At least that's the excuse she's using.
Yep.
This seems quite troubling.
I suppose we'll find out. Potentially.
Uh,
In any case.
look, I just hope that my criminal ways are not rubbing off on you too much. As a group.
I don't speak for everyone, but they're not. Don't worry about it.
I don't know whether to feel proud or a little disappointed. I think a mixture of both. Alright. So we get Jamal and follow Briar outside of the city.
Are you guys headed anywhere in particular, or just going?
I
Fine.
think if we just... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, find just like a good like camping spot.
It's like a couple miles out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple miles
Mhm.
out. Maybe a little bit off the road so that we don't have to deal with everybody that comes in and out of town.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You. Somebody can go ahead and make a survival check.
Anybody?
No, by all means.
I definitely just like wait once I'm like outside.
I have to
for you
walk
guys
away from my
catch up, but
Kira, give me like 1 second. So sorry.
Mhm.
I only got a
Here's-
+2 to survival, so.
Yeah, I
Looking
feel like
at
we all
you,
just
kid.
I think we all just assumed Reeland would be doing the survival.
All right, yeah, you
Reeland's our nature boy.
find a decent camping spot. It's just it's enough out of the way that you're not bothered by anybody.
Mhm. Look, we're far enough out that they can't bother us with like zoning.
Yeah.
I feel like other people must camp out outside of KDVD. It's got like a trailer park area.
Probably.
And then people walk into the city to go enjoy the city.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
As long as they get money from you one way or the other, they don't care.
Correct. You think people come here just because? They're here to gamble their lives away.
I forgot I had my music playing, and I was very confused on what the hell the music was.
When
Alright,
we
so you guys,
yeah, when we set up camp in order to avoid talking to everyone, I'm gonna spend the rest of the day with my alchemist kit trying to make potions of blight resistance with my blight sticks.
potions of
pretty
what resistance?
Blight. I collected the blight sticks from like the blighted area of forest, and then I have a potion of resistance recipe, and so I'm going to try and combine this to make potions of like blight resistance for those blight fields that the statues leave behind.
Okay, I get what you're saying, yeah.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, pick it up yourself. You got fucking arms.
It's raining sideways.
You're cold.
Yeah, I'd say it'd take you like 24 hours to brew one potion.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
And if we're going to go hunting this bird,
Might as well make sure we are adequately prepared ahead of time.
yeah.
Wait.
You know, go in there with a plan.
I mean, so if you've secured a way to get to the bird K2, does that mean you know more about where it is, or?
Yes, kind of. There's some islands to the west of here, west of KDVD, and seeing how Briar's whatever sense is saying that it's to the west, I'd say it's a pretty good bet that this bird nests on those islands. What we'll find on those islands, I cannot tell you. However, I was able to secure travel to the islands via Sarnathi warship.
I'm sorry, what?
Just sort of looks at Edward, just like, is this okay? Like, is this are we gonna be fine?
I don't know.
I'm questioning.
Huh?
How?
What?
Who the fuck did you, like, sleep with to get us access to a Sarnathi warship?
Here's the thing, I didn't even have to sleep with him.
Who did you talk to?
So at Thirsty Todd's, I went up to the VIP room, and inside of the VIP room, I found the mayor, the woman that runs the resort, the sheriff, and a dragonborn gentleman. And I found that the dragonborn gentleman seems to own the only ship in town.
And it's a Sarnathi warship.
I'm assuming it's a Sarnathi warship, seeing how he was a Sarnathi warrior, like he had like the paint and everything.
And here's where we don't assume that he's just a pirate or, a merchant.
Oh, that'd be awesome if he was a pirate.
I mean, if he's the captain, he probably has some maritime experience. A lot of them tend to be relatively embroiled in the culture, even if they're outside of it, so it's likely he has some naval experience.
I mean, generally, you want a sailor to have naval experience.
Well, yeah, but specifically serving in the Sarnathi Navy.
Edward, I have a question. You speak Draconic, right?
Yeah.
Alright. What does this phrase mean? And Josh, I would like to do my best to reiterate the phrase that he said that made the whole table laugh when we shook hands.
Make an intelligence check.
Sure.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
I mean, he did hear it fairly recently.
Well, he was also drunk when he said it, when he heard it.
12?
Well, that would be a fail if you want to re-roll it.
I will spend a sorcery point to re-roll. 18.
Alright. The phrase that you heard was, I don't think he understands what that symbol is.
What did you show him? You showed him some kind of symbol.
I'm curious.
Because I speak Draconic, so I also would know.
Sure, yeah.
At least from what you said, he seemed that you showed him something that he understood that you didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I showed him this symbol, and I'll do the same minor illusion of the symbol of the house that the Emerald Dragonborn was a part of.
So, Edward, you would recognize that symbol.
Okay. What connotations would I have surrounding it?
Royalty.
Okay, Tim.
That would be really it.
Where did you see that?
Edward. A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Oh god.
This facepalm is hearing that.
You've implied to him that you somehow know someone from a royal family of Sarnath.
Yes. So then, he was wrong because that's what I was going for. So I actually do know what the symbol means.
You may not understand. They are very fractious. Do I know the symbol, the specific family, or just that it is a royal symbol?
Yeah, you would know the specific family as well.
That's probably the most reviled royal family.
Why?
They are your archetypical murderous royals.
Oh.
Willing to kill others and themselves for any advancement to the throne. Even though that family is specifically held away from the throne because of that.
You're saying that...
So, if this individual holds alliances with any of the other families, we may not be in as good as you think we are.
Or
we may be in better than we think we are. It's possible.
It depends.
I don't know the entirety of the minutiae around it. So... I mean, when he said that, did the others around him, how did they react?
Well, I mean, they didn't really see the symbol. I was very subtle about it. I only showed him.
Well, fair. Okay.
But when he said that he doesn't think I know the meaning of the symbol, the others, like, they all laughed. Like it was like an inside joke.
Oh, they paid you for a Philistine.
What I think is interesting when they didn't even see the symbol, like, that they were able to pick up on the context of his comment.
I think he found it funny that you, a human, use something in his culture.
Huh. I mean, I referenced it as like a mutual friend.
Maybe. I guess
Or
I can't really...
He thinks that this house that you say will murder anybody would consider you a friend.
Oh, well...
Yes.
I mean... They have their... I guess friends is a poor word for it.
Alex?
If I had to...
Useful idiots, maybe?
Go ahead.
If I had to wager a guess, just contextually, based off of what you've said, really everything that's been said just now, I get the impression that this man knows that you don't know, or at least strongly assumes that you don't know, that the symbol of the royal family that you showed him is not particularly liked. And if I had to, call me a negative person if you must, but I feel like he may be using your naivete to his advantage in some way. I don't know that we should necessarily trust this man blindly.
Oh, I never said we should trust him. I just said I secured passage there. For all we know, as soon as we kill this bird, he could kill us, or try to kill us, in order to take the reward for himself. Seeing how he was sitting at the table when the mayor told me how much money the reward was.
Speaking of...
It's possible, I suppose. I suppose we can't necessarily discount that.
Speaking of, what kind of reward are we talking about here?
The mayor was offering 5,000 gold.
I'm sorry?
That is quite the amount.
Huh.
Just sort of looks to Reelan. How much... Like, how high of a rank would you have to be in the guild to get a job that paid that much?
Oh, much higher than us, my friend. Much higher.
Well, in our interaction with it, it was something more powerful than I think anything we've actually successfully taken on, so I suppose that makes sense.
We did manage to hold our own.
We did, but we still don't really have many answers for the things that it can do.
True.
I mean, as of right now, it's still... I don't know if you've figured out an answer for it, K2, but I really haven't.
I would also mention that technically the bird that we are after, or the one that started this quest of ours, is the larger of the two, which we have yet to engage with.
Right, but as far as we know, it's only the smaller one that's doing all the harassment.
Also true.
So, for all we know, the larger one might not even necessarily have a bounty, or maybe that is what the bounty... I guess...
It did at some time, otherwise I would not have come across it, but
Right.
I think that bounty may be long forgotten.
Potentially. I suppose we'll have to see.
Yeah.
So
Same.
we have 2 days before our voyage.
2 days. That is correct.
And that should give me enough time to prepare something.
Yeah.
It's not exactly going to be the most efficient use, but some skeletons would provide at least some other means for me to attempt to hurt this thing without having to rely on magic.
Cannon fodder, at least.
Well, I can't really harm it with magic. We've all seen that it,
Yeah.
for the most part, is nigh on immune, barring some strange fluctuation that actually allows it to be injured by magic, so...
I don't know if they have them up here. But I would be on the lookout for maybe those who would hunt remorazes in my town would typically go out with several harpoons. I don't know if we have those.
I've got something similar. It's not exactly a harpoon, but it's mechanically serves the same purpose.
You know, stick it, hold it down, that sort of thing.
You did get that chain.
I sure did.
Do you intend to try to anchor it down some way?
That was the plan.
How do you intend for us to get the chain on the bird?
Oh, if you can cast
By us
light.
getting really close and being a lot stronger than him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cast light on yourself, and Rava, or Rava. some way.
Let's see. Yeah, that's an option. It'd probably be easier though if we did it when it was closer to the ground, just so we don't have to. Like, we can focus the party's strength on the ground instead of trying to. Yeah, trying to get everybody that we can in the air.
Yeah.
Because I can only have 2 people at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, if we could anchor it to the ground, it would be a lot easier to fight, especially if it can't fly away.
Yeah, and I have a set tether that I can only send out the echo. Which isn't very far.
Alright. I mean... Yeah, I guess we'll just end up seeing how things end up developing, because... Can't really predict, but, yeah.
So what do you think? Like, chain around the foot, the wing, the neck?
I was thinking neck. But if that's a little too difficult, I guess the foot would be a good alternative.
How does this chain intend to...
Hot enough. The bowl's hot. It's better than it was before, because I was just cold.
Stop this creature? I'm assuming with some kind of... You have some kind of, like, magic to arrest its wings, or...?
Yeah, I realized that attacking it directly with magic didn't really seem to be working, so I thought maybe a bit more of an indirect manner, and so casting the magic on the chain would cause the chain to kind of keep it in place without it actually having to be the target of the spell.
Right, using it to basically weigh it down.
Yeah.
And
Is this back Does this have anything to do with your plan back over by the door?
That was the same form of magic. I was planning on keeping the door in place the same way I would keep the chain in place.
I'm assuming this is something that's been inspired by your learnings on Dunomancy.
It is a new form of magic from the book, yes.
Well, I suppose I can't say anything against it. I mean, after all, if it works, it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of being able to
get it on the bird.
Yep.
And I'm assuming you are going to have to be able to touch it in order for it to.
That is correct. I need to be able to touch it. Well, me or my shadow, but.
Right, but. In either case, it needs to be. Groundwards would be the easiest way.
Yeah.
Correct.
Huh. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a lot easier if we could have something to keep it down as well, but well, get it down, I guess, rather.
I've got something for that too, but that's a bit more direct magic and so isn't guaranteed to work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got a theory about how it's able to avoid magic, and I'm hoping another spell that I picked up will help with that. The problem is that spell is also direct, so in order for it to have a chance of working, it has to first work the first
bypass
time.
its
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Bypass its innate resistance.
Yeah, and even then it's not guaranteed to work if it was to make it past the initial protection.
Right. How do you think it's avoiding magic then?
Well, I think it's some kind of
like some property of its existence? Or?
Yeah, some kind of innate property that the bird holds.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it would require a very powerful enchantment in order to be able to do that.
Which I suppose we can't necessarily discount that.
How do I?
I mean, if this thing is old, it's possible that it may have, I don't know, absorbed some ambient magic or something of the sort.
Maybe. Maybe we'll find a plethora of strange magical creatures on this island voyage.
It's entirely possible, yeah.
Just.
In any case, if that's the case, we could harvest souls and the like and potentially use those for our magic items.
I had a sinking feeling that was also a side benefit you had in mind, Kate.
What's the side benefit? What?
The essence.
I mean, it's a large magical creature. We'd be foolish to not take it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that we have the means to do so easily. I mean, I don't know how we would have done it without the soul dagger, but as long as we have that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well,
I wonder. So, K2, you know more about the versatility of magic than I do. When last we fought the bird, we were in a forest, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And it did make a habit of landing near the trees. I wonder, magic itself, as we've established, does not seem to affect the bird directly, but I know some spell. One of the few bits of magic that I am able to use, the entangle spell. If the bird were to land next to a tall tree, do you think one would be able to, say, use the vines to, I don't know, ensnare the top of the tree, were it tall enough to create some sort of makeshift cage to trap it in place.
Well, I guess you would have to think of it this way. If the tree is the target and not the bird, then there's a chance that it could work against the bird. This is completely theoretical, though, that it won't just ignore the magical properties, even in an indirect route.
Yeah.
But I mean, we won't know until we try. And it's clear the direct route wasn't working, so indirect is all we got.
Nope. I suppose it's worth a shot. I mean, K2 is definitely more knowledgeable about the intricacies of magic as I am, but
It was just a thought I had.
yeah. And it's not a bad one to have.
It could work, it could not work.
Exactly.
Don't know for sure.
At this point, there's not exactly a harm in trying.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So what's the plan?
Kill some time, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll spend some time teaching Atramir some more Sparkian while he teaches me some Orcish.
Yeah.
Spend about 40 minutes to exhume some bodies and raise some skeletons.
And I will continue to teach the children the various things I've been teaching them.
Alrighty.
Play rock, paper, scissors. With someone. Fuck it.
Alrighty.
Nice.
I don't have anything. Fuck.
Sure, I'll play rock, paper, scissors with you.
Yes.
For 2 days!
We get really good at reading each other.
We do that for a while. Take some naps. Walk around.
Yeah.
Take some more
Probably
naps. Take care of equipment.
Yeah.
Take another nap.
Occasionally use Reelin as a dummy for testing new cons on. Hey, he will be Atramir's trading dummy. I need somebody just as perceptive,
Jesus.
but yet still naive.
High perception, low intelligence.
Okay. Are there any important conversations you guys want to have over the course of the next 2 days? Also, as a reminder, Zorsha is still there.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
I feel like we're all not purposely trying to not talk to Zorsha so that you don't have to talk to us.
If you want to talk to her, you can talk to her. Like, I'll be fine.
You say that, but I think we all feel bad.
No need. We're here. We're having a good time.
You sound
Are
like
we?
you're slowly dying, Josh.
Well, we're all slowly dying.
I mean,
Well, you maybe faster than the rest of us.
Maybe. I mean, I feel fine. It's just my
You
voice
sound
obviously is.
awful, honey.
Yeah, I'm well aware that my voice does not sound good, but I'm fine.
Well, sorry for us.
Is that why you said
well,
that?
Josh,
Really
you don't want to
long
get yelled at by
project?
Krista. Because she's scary.
Sorry, we're being conscientious of you maintaining your voice.
Man, voice is already gone. You might as well just keep going. Like, no need to worry about it.
Yeah, that's real comforting.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, I accidentally murdered someone, so I'm not feeling chatty.
You what?
Yeah, right. You what?
Totally in character, 100%. Just no one saying anything, and I'm like, hey guys, I murdered someone, don't talk to me.
I knew it.
And that's and Zorsha immediately smite.
I mean, I would say.
I thought we had
Ashmere
something prior.
I think Ashmere being the parent of the group would generally check in to see how everybody. Do a mental health check. Like, how are you going? You
Because
feeling
then every
alright?
now and then we just pop in. It's fine. Zorsha dies for 2 days from her headache. From her fucking...
Her hangover.
Yeah.
I am blatantly ignoring everyone as I work on my freaking blight potions.
I mean, would it be possible to go see the caves in these 2 days?
We start.
Like,
We
I guess I'd look into that while I have nothing else to do.
Well, it was part of the resort, wasn't it?
Correct, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to be, staying there to do it.
I thought that's exactly what that meant.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
same.
exactly what that means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then, no. Okay.
Oh god. I think occasionally, just to kill time, after me would be like, so who wants to help me figure out some names for these scaly friends?
How are we fucking naming the skeletons?
I would just start fucking pitching names. Like, does that one seem like a Dave to you?
No, that's more of an Eric.
I don't know why you're naming them.
Because we're bored.
I guess, but
Look, I've already caught up on my letters to send back.
once they've served their purpose, they're not going to be here anymore.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We should name that one Timothy.
Yes.
Oh, should name that one Jack Skellington.
There's probably a couple bone puns in there.
You have to have a bone pun. It's calling for it, guys. Come on.
Name one of them Moon Moon.
Moon.
No, I didn't make a bone dog.
I think we agreed that
At the
one was
behest
a
of
bit-
everyone. I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah.
That and I can't have skeletons and bone dogs. I don't have the CR limit for that.
So how many skeletons are we getting out of this
3.
process? 3? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we debate the names.
Yeah. Edward confused, but not really stopping them because he really can't.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why are you okay?
Don't want to name one of them Scary Potter? Come on.
Jesus Christ.
No, he has a point. He has a point.
You're objecting when you had a hand named Phil.
Yeah,
Who he nicknamed Flint?
I expected to keep him around longer. And then it felt wrong, too.
He also had a penchant for touching fire.
Yeah, that too. I don't think I'm supposed to make things like that. They tend to have their own...
What are you talking about?
Persona?
Great.
Well, I mean, when something is actively seeking death, again, it's probably not a good thing to try to force them to stay.
Are you sure he wasn't just an idiot?
I don't know.
Atchmere, I'm sure if your hand had a mind of its own, it would also be an idiot.
Edward just looking at Zorsha like, was that necessary?
Ow.
Saying, mine would too. It's a hand.
Oh, okay, that's...
Oh yeah, true.
I'm not just targeting him because he failed twice to the thing he does.
See, when you add that, though, I think you are.
See, now...
No, that's
now
exactly
she
what
is.
I'm not doing. You weren't listening, Edward.
To be fair, on a normal day, I'm very good at cheating at cards.
He's just.
I'm not saying that you're not.
You just had
Like-
a really bad day.
Like, he knows she's just kind of being a dick, but at the same time, he's just so confused.
Ouch.
It's just like, you don't get it?
In moments like this, Edward, I find it is best not to think too hard about it.
I'm going to omit this detail from my letters.
No! And lie, leave out all the best details. Oof.
God damn it, Krista.
Look, she already knows how much Reeland floundered at picking up a girl.
Hey, he bears no shame in that. He knows where his
Here's the
weaknesses
fun thing:
lie.
is just like we were left alone for 2 days to either find our own entertainment, which a lot of it costs money around here, or fuck with everybody else.
Yeah, or just
The
roast
free
the shit out of
option
everyone.
is fuck with everybody else.
The free option.
Roasting your
Realistic.
friends is a free action.
Every now and then, just to see if Briar's still like there, kind of, she'll just like slowly shove like seaweed in her face to see the reaction.
I'm just like, ocean grass!
Ocean grass.
I don't know how you eat that. It's disgusting.
She just makes a very big point of like to take a bite right in her face.
Just slowly.
You know, like when someone wants to be annoying with like a chip.
Yeah. Except it doesn't crunch, which is almost worse.
Dried seaweed would.
Oh yeah.
You
that's
almost
fair,
said
yeah.
seagrass. Yes.
Look, it's the celery of the sea.
Ah, yes, Steelery.
Stealer.
I hate it here.
Yeah, we know you do. Considering you're not talking to us, you moody bitch.
Not our fault.
To be
you
fair,
murdered
Briar, I've
somebody.
seen some of the things that you eat.
Do you mean some of the people?
I believe that's what she means, yes.
I love the thing that there's a slight panic in the back of Briar's head.
Like,
It's like, play cool, play cool, play cool, play cool.
I'm too gay to be inquisited like this.
I
Gay
totally
panic,
didn't
gay panic,
commit
gay
murder.
panic.
I totally didn't commit murder in the street.
Yeah. Stay calm, stay cool. You can't crack.
No, don't let them know. Don't let them know. I killed the guy.
Yeah, just
Guys, stop looking at me like I murdered somebody, okay?
Stop looking at me like I'm a stone cold killer. Jeez.
What?
It's not like I killed someone. Come on. Sweat, 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 sweat.
Right.
Why are you breathing on me like I murdered someone?
Why are you breathing like I murdered someone? Oh my god.
Listen,
Stop staring at me like I tried to feed on somebody and drank them to death.
appearance doesn't matter when it comes to blood taste, alright?
Sure.
No.
It's not my fault I stuck them like a Capri Sun.
Just constant Freudian slips.
Speaking of, what does go into like taste?
We've been
Like,
over this. Diet, exercise, race, all that stuff.
Blood alcohol content.
Which
Which is not relevant to anything I may or may not have done in the past few days.
she like the blight stick that she's holding in her hand just like snaps in two. Well, you can't exactly get drunk off of it, but yeah, you can taste what they drink.
I just figured it would just be like the ambient taste of alcohol. I didn't think it would be that specific. That's cool. I guess.
Well, I mean, you can't pinpoint probably exactly what they drank, but you know that it was alcoholic.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so you don't get like gin or anything like that on the like.
More just they drank something or how much or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Wait, did you say that?
I had a weird idea. We could use the echo to just play fetch with Fenny because that's 2 simple actions: grab and then throw.
And you'll never get tired.
We can keep him busy. We can keep him busy for as long as we need.
Right. Yeah, I'd imagine Penny would just keep himself busy by, I don't know, hunting any small game around the area.
True, but if he ever wants human interaction.
I suppose it's fair. Anyways, time skip? Time skip.
Time skip.
Time skip. Do we? I was gonna say, do we need to take watches or no? We're like close enough to a city, it doesn't matter.
Nah.
People are like, would we rob these guys right next to KDVD when we could just go into KDVD and rob wasted people? Like,
Right. When we can go into KDBD and get robbed.
Yeah.
Why?
Also, we're like barely well armed, and we have an elephant with blades on its face.
We're still slightly intimidating, even if we're dumbasses chasing each other around with fucking...
Pretty intimidating, yeah.
All right.
Sit there, we're
Fast
just
forward 2
chasing each
days.
other around with like worms and bullshit, and they're like, yeah, intimidating. And then there's us just like all these fucking weapons and shit, like, yes.
All these weapons, a few skeletons just hanging out around camp.
Right,
Yeah.
we're giant idiots sometimes, but like...
Why
Yeah.
Well, we're
Sometimes.
well-prepared idiots. I was trying to be nice.
How are we getting to the islands again? Where do we? It was like a boat. We're taking a boat.
Our nappy
Warship.
boat.
Yes. Do we have to go? I ask. I'm like, do we need to just like go around the city to get to the port, or do we have to go in the city?
What?
Well, we have to go through the resort, so I'm assuming through the city.
Do you
Yay.
have a problem with us going through the city now?
I was just asking.
You were so
You
excited to
seemed
do that
rather
the other day.
hesitant to leave, too. Is everything alright, Briar?
I was just asking if we could just go by the ocean way, or we have to go through all the people.
Briar, make a deception check.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, you have this. You've got this. You're good at these. This is actually something you're proficient in. Come on, man.
I'd like to press X to doubt. Wow, that beats my passive insight.
Yeah, I was like, my passive makes that.
No, Zorsha, please stop. Zorsha,
Damn.
please. Oh, thank God. Oh, this is
mean,
going so well. Other
dude,
than Zorsha.
So Josh,
Oh my God, guys.
if my passive beats that, do you still want me to make the check just to be sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I made it, but my passive beats that.
Yeah.
Well, I matched her, so what does that mean? Do I believe her or
It
not?
means you gain no important information.
Okay.
Yep. Ty goes to the deceiver.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but the
How did
most
I only out-deceive one person?
because I mean I'm proficient, but
person
it's only a +3.
Oh my
Yeah,
When I rolled
proficient, but
two,
not very
I'm
wise.
proficient and I have a +5, but I mean we all know how I roll.
6 +1.
Yeah. Zorsha will ask you, Briar. Can I ride on your horse today?
Oh, fuck.
You got what you wanted.
Oh no!
But only
It's
for it to
everything I
work against
wanted,
you.
but it's
Not
not
like
what
this.
I want.
Not like this.
No. Internally, like, gay panic, gay panic, gay panic, gay panic.
Hey Tori, how's it feel to have won the lottery once money becomes worthless?
Feels great, Ryan. Yeah, well,
Wow, I don't even need to make an inside check against you to know that's a fucking lie.
I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Visible sweat.
As I,
Well-
like, don't look while I'm packing up my stuff.
You know, the rest of us are just like, yeah, okay. Briar's acting weird, but when is she not?
Did you sort of just looks to Edward? So you're just gonna have like the skeletons like leap into the bag?
Oh yeah, I probably should do that. They probably shouldn't be wandering around town. Yeah, just open the bag and they just kind of all just kind of like place the bag on the ground and they all just kind of step in and just fall.
Briar internally, like, damn it, Atramir, that would have been the perfect distraction.
I mean, I guess it's not, the most elegant solution, but it works in a pinch.
I mean, I just figured didn't want it to look like we were just like had an armed guard of.
I mean, I don't know if this place is eccentric enough. I don't really know if they'd really care, but it's probably still not best to be on full display of, oh, hey, look, there's a necromancer here. Just in case.
I don't think it's that flavor of eccentric.
I didn't realize there was flavors of eccentricity.
There definitely is.
Well,
yeah.
I can tell you that
I
they
mean,
don't taste like anything different.
just kind of like vaguely gestures back towards Chaucer's camp. You did meet
Chaucer.
He's definitely has a different flavor of eccentricity than this place seems to.
And we met Corbin. He was visible air quotes. Interesting.
Anyways, we probably shouldn't be leaving this captain waiting.
Agreed.
We have to go park the elephant again.
Probably,
I don't think it's
I don't
coming on the
exactly-
boat
Yeah, I
or
don't
fitting
think
into
so.
the resort.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come on the boat.
Yeah,
All right.
unfortunately.
Alright,
I
gotta pay for
guess
valet parking.
I guess we're taking the children with us
Um,
on this expedition.
Fight a bird.
Oh.
I guess we don't. Unless we can leave
What are
them
our
with
options?
Janine.
Is there
We
daycare?
can leave the kids where we had the kids last time.
You just pay for a few days in advance. I mean, it'll be expensive, but
Janine's weekend camp.
it's
Yeah. Is there summer
probably
camp in
be-
Kitty Beatty?
be like 20 gold a day. And
Dude,
just
for
pay
one
for
of
like 3 days in advance just to be on the safe side.
They were surviving in that hut just fine, so I don't have. I'm pretty confident they can survive in a nice hotel.
We could also, talk to one of them. Get their opinion on it.
No, that's true.
Generally, I will just sort of, in my experience, I generally like to get my kids, opinion on
Okay,
it before
go
I
ahead.
just drop them off.
This is your serial killer son you're talking about. Just wanted to make sure we're talking about that.
To be fair, this was before he was, old enough to be taken on jobs with me.
Children need hobbies.
I don't.
It's not my fault that he's.
Anyways,
I feel like it's exactly your fault. You're his father.
this is besides the point we're trying to make.
Stop. I'll just put it this way. Let's move on and stop judging my lifestyle and the way I raise my kid.
I'm just saying, like, don't come into
You
this.
guys want to hang out at Janine's for the next few days? We'll be back, promise.
Thank you, Rava.
Yeah, okay.
that's a lot safer than having a
Yeah, I agree. Especially if we don't know the intentions of this captain.
True.
Don't exactly want to leave the children in the hands of somebody we don't really know.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
different for
you-
us. Not today.
Look, I just didn't want to take parenting advice from Mrs. Bateman over here. Or Mrs. Bates, sorry, forgot the person's name.
Who?
I mean, you're on a similar track, either way.
I don't know, no motel.
Just gives him the side eye of like.
Right, I'm going to pretend I know what's going on, and we're going to move on.
Making a Psycho reference.
I guess we head into town.
How much was Janine's again?
Oh, do you?
It was 20. It was 20 gold per night per room. They only need one because it's 2 beds, so pay for like 3 days.
We sort of estimate how long this trip is going to take.
That's why I said 3 days. Like,
No
we
idea.
don't really know. We could just leave them with like 200 gold and be like, alright kids, figure it out. That's like a lot of gold between all of us, but
I feel like 100 should suffice.
okay, that's
Yeah. Each pitch in like 20 gold.
yeah.
There's 7 of you, plus Sorsha.
Well, 8 doesn't divide into 100. Well, actually, it does. It's 12 gold and 5 silver apiece.
Yeah.
I was going to make a point, and then halfway through realized, no, it
You're like, oh
doesn't.
shit.
I was like, yeah, shit. Alright, fine. Just because you're right doesn't mean I have to like it.
I guess,
So-
does anybody not want to buy into the daycare fund before we start? Splitting
Sorsha
hairs?
will make a point that she will not be paying for the kids.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fair.
so.
She was acquired. She joined afterwards, so she does not claim liability.
So
And
100 into 7 is where it gets funky.
yeah.
But everyone just give like 15 gold, they'll have a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god, math.
My math is correct.
I was trying to take everything apart from my gold, and I couldn't do it in my brain.
Yeah, so they'll have like 105.
Yeah. It's
No, is this what we're giving them on top of paying for the rooms, or we're giving them that and be like,
No,
"Alright,
this
cool."
That should be
basically-
for all their time, which should be plenty.
yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll have 105 gold.
Robert's gonna like make a point to be like, "Alright, I'll be back in 3 days. If we're running later, we're going to the resort. You can probably find us there. If anything happens, use your mirror. Scream, run, doesn't matter. Atchmer probably has a knife one of you can take. Atchmer?
True.
Gimme.
I like the like, should I?
No,
I'm not leaving
hey,
kids unprotected.
All right,
I mean,
here
they
I will
do
hand you.
have the
He digs into his
mirror,
pouch
but
and
that's
hands you the
fair.
knife the size of a child's.
You also have permission to burn anyone that tries to take you.
Yay!
She makes sure that she gives Henry the knife so that he
Yeah.
has something. Cause there's one mirror between both of them.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If ever you guys think you're not gonna have enough money to stay at the hotel, you can just go to the stables and sleep in the carriage. And the stable master will probably charge you way less.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Rava will notice that on the hilt it's just engraved Vesic.
In what?
You'll notice that there's a name engraved on the hilt.
The name of
Yeah.
Achemir's son.
Ah.
Yeah, that was his first knife.
Oh, kitty knife.
Family heirloom.
Baby's first knife.
Yeah, she'll make sure that they at least either go inside of the play area or just inside in general safe. Be like, alright.
Did I take it I did not. I was gonna say I didn't make it through this horseback ride unscathed, did I?
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
I was like, oh, Chris is talking about us already in there. I was like, there's no way Josh forgot. There's
Absolutely not.
No,
I was just
couldn't
waiting.
fucking hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
Josh was just,
Internally, have they distracted him enough?
amping up the horror.
Yeah. I just wanted
You-
to soak in it for a little bit.
I'm.
You weren't getting out of this alive.
Yeah. You're not that far outside of the city, so as soon as you guys, mount up onto the horse and start moving, she puts her arms around you and pulls you close and is like, "So what's the part of this you're not telling everybody?"
Why the fuck you lie?
I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I
think
just
you
wanted to
do.
take the scenic route.
Oh, that's a lie.
I love social
But the
media.
ocean, it's so beautiful.
It is. Because you've seen it so many times from up here, haven't you?
I mean, it's a different ocean. I haven't seen this ocean.
Right, it's literally the same ocean.
It's no, it's not. What are you talking about?
It's a different shore.
It's different with different water.
It's the same water that goes by Northshire.
It's
Promise you
different. Stop persecuting me.
Well, I just.
I don't know if this is Tori breaking down or Briar.
It's both.
Oh, absolutely. It's just Tori breaking down before Briar would.
And the results came back and said, that's a lie.
Oh, they already came back. So I might have killed someone. Oh, that's it.
Thanks, Maury. Do we need to talk about this?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's bothering you.
Nope. I'm fine.
That's a lie.
Does it matter?
Yes.
Why? It's like, how long of a horseback ride is it to the city? How long can I keep this up?
How many circles can you go around before?
It's fine. Clearly, if you don't want to talk about it, then I'm not important enough to know the information. And she will just slide off the horse and start walking the other way.
Ouch! You got fucked. Regardless of what happened there.
Wait, where is she walking away from the city? Like she
Yep.
just
She just turned and walked the other direction. So she is now headed southeast.
Robin's
me
kinda
thinking
looks
about
out.
how useful she'll be fighting this fucking bird as well, and I'm just like, oh, come on.
There's a notification in the top left of the corner. Zorsha has
assuming,
left
like-
the party.
Is she walking by the cart or?
Oh yeah, she just walks right past the carriage.
Yeah,
See you
yeah.
guys.
Just gotta.
What?
Wait, where are you
What's
going?
going on? Where are you going?
I have
Where are you
important
going?
business to deal with.
What did she do?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
And
I'd like
Oh
to
my-
press X to doubt.
What's this going on here? We need you. You can't just leave.
It's fine. I was useless the last time around too. It's fine. You guys got this.
No, please, absolutely. We would appreciate it greatly if you stayed.
No, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll have other people.
Oh, Zorsha.
We camped out. Did we? We camped out like near like trees, right? Did we? I can't remember.
No. This
Fuck.
this area was open field. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Well, I will turn
she'll
horse around.
glance back at at Briar, and then just keep walking.
I'm just like giving her the
Briar,
glare of
what'd you
like,
do?
why are you doing this to me?
Briar, what did you do?
I just
Robin's just
Turn
like
the horse
hanging out the
around.
side of the carriage, just like motioning, like, fix it.
Yeah, there's definitely motions of like, I don't know what the fuck you did, but fix it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wait until she's walked like far enough away that when I go follow her, they won't be able to hear anymore. But then I do turn the horse around and go after her. Fuck these manipulation tactics. This is not fair.
Neither is withholding valuable information.
She keeps walking, and as you approach, she just goes, "It took you long enough."
You're a horrible person.
Correct.
Yeah, I know who I learned it from.
Ouch.
just in the distance, Edward's ears are burning.
No, well, no. It's what his Edward was there. Just, fair.
Just like hop off the horse and put like horse between us and everyone else. So like fuck it, because I know some of those bitches can read lips, and so I'm taking every precaution.
She just stops in her tracks.
You just can we talk about it later? Can you just get back on the horse now and we talk about it later?
No, because it's going to continue bothering you until you say something.
Like rubbing her temples, and she's like, "Dad, don't make me. I don't want to talk about it. Don't make me talk about it.
Talk about it.
I don't.
I will
want
keep
to."
walking.
Oh my god! Fine.
Old married couple, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Dysfunctional.
I never said they were a functional married couple arguments.
Okay, fair.
So while you guys went off and got brunch the other day, I too went off and got brunch. And look, this hasn't happened in a really long time, okay? This hasn't happened since, like, I first became what I am. It was an accident. I didn't mean to.
Go ahead. You keep going.
She's, like, literally, like, grinding her teeth, and she's just like...
So you killed him.
You're not here! What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're far back.
Oh.
I went way far away from the group and planted the horse between us, so you guys, yeah.
Because she's hiding information. You know,
Mm.
she always does. I said that a lot more better than I meant it, I'm sorry.
He was just really drunk, and he was really just pliable, and I just didn't notice, and it was just a culmination of a lot of things. And I maybe left somebody dead in an alley.
Oh, that's it?
I just give her a look like, what?
What do you mean that's it?
I thought you, like, beheaded a guy in broad daylight. Like, somebody was after you or something.
I'm sure somebody will probably find that body.
I'm sure somebody probably already has.
Yeah, well, I mean, I covered up by, like, slitting it, like, it. Oh no, oh no.
Oh yeah, that'll make it better. Yeah.
Well, I had to find some way of hiding the teeth.
Yeah, local news. Vampire drinks blood and then slashes throat to make sure that they're dead. Yeah, that'll go over well.
Well, it was either vampire drinks blood and kills person and everybody knows, or
Random
throat
man.
slashing.
Vampire drinks
Throat,
blood
no,
and-
it's just throat slashing victim found in alleyway. That's
Briar, when you drink people's blood, you leave them with less blood.
yeah,
You know
but
that, right?
I slashed his throat, so he'll have bled out a lot, and that's what his blood loss will be from.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the amount that you drink that leaves them with less blood, and then the pooling of blood afterward. The heart only pumps blood so much after they're dead.
No
And-
one's gonna kneel down on the ground and
Zorch,
collect all the
just
blood in the fucking vial and weigh it out and see if
You don't know who inspects these corpses.
maybe, come on, like this, maybe not this exact situation has to happen all the time, but like...
You're right, there's probably a lot of people that just get, blood drank from them and then their throat slit.
Well, nobody will, they're probably not going to expect there to be less blood, so they have no reason to check for less blood.
I just think you took this way too extreme. Like, it was fine. Like,
She's really living on a prayer on this one.
Good.
You say that, but I've... Literally, since I have met these people, I have spouted nothing but the fact that A, we don't kill people when we take their blood, it's a very important thing, and that we only take blood from willing people, and I was just...
You broke both of them.
I was just really hungry.
Oh yeah,
and...
that'll do it. Yep, that makes sense now. You broke your moral code. Twice.
Zorsha, yes, I know, you don't need to say it out loud.
Oh, I think it's important to go over these things. Well, clearly it's getting to you. I just wanted to provide support, but I don't think I can provide support on this. I
Why do you think I didn't want to talk about it?
Well, to be fair, I thought it was, less significant.
You thought I had just stone cold murdered someone without drinking their blood? Would that have made the situation better?
A little bit, yeah, actually.
No! How is that better?
We need to get her Vampires Anonymous.
It just feels better. Because I'm sure there'd be a reason behind it,
Really hot when you talk about murder, but this is not the time. There's a situation at hand.
What do you mean only when I talk about murder?
I didn't say only, I said when you talk about murder. Not only when you talk about murder.
Here, I was thinking I was looking my Sunday best all the time.
You do look like your Sunday best all the time. Just very angry because you're just pushing on the button that didn't need to be pushed right now.
Things, then.
Okay, yes, I'm supposed to just come out to the group after you guys walked out of brunch and be like, hey guys, by the way, my brunch went fantastic. There's a man dead in an alley back there. Oh, by the...
No, I was thinking you'd be more honest with me.
Wait, I also slit his throat.
Sleep with me since
I'm sure that would have gone over great. Technically, I slept with you last night.
Different kind of way, Briar.
It doesn't matter, I'm still sleeping. Well, yeah, but like... There's a reason I didn't want to talk about it now, because right now it might not even be an issue. And now, what do you think? You think they're gonna... Okay.
If it was gonna be an issue, it was gonna be an issue. Like, that's just what I'm saying. And who knows? You're probably not the only vampire that drinks blood from people. There's thousands of people in this fucking city.
Well, let's hope that some of them have also been drinking blood, rather, I don't want to say in the open, but you were pretty drunk, so I don't know if you remember, but I definitely... You remember Abs?
Yeah, I do remember Abs.
Yeah, you were very drunk at the time, but Abs was a midnight snack, so let's hope that that doesn't understand. Thank you, but that's just still a problem. Let's just hope that again nobody's weighing out pints of blood from a dead guy, and this should be fine.
I'm sure it won't be an issue. I think you're worrying too much.
Wasn't so much worrying about the fact that I had okay, I guess a small part of me was worrying about the fact that I'd left a guy dead in an alley. It was more worrying about my own personal morals.
Well, then we just won't say anything to anybody, and this can be our little secret.
Okay, then if this is going to be our little secret, I'll let you come up with the reason for why we're over here having this little secret rendezvous, and why you started walking in the other direction.
Deal.
I regret this decision immediately.
Too late, you've already made it.
Too late! Live with the actions of your consequence.
Yes, that's the phrase.
You live with the actions of your consequences. Yep, that's it, Krista. Nailed it.
I knew I fucked it up from when I said it, but I was going with it.
That's the name of the episode right there.
The actions of our
Actions of your
consequences.
Yeah. I just like gesture to the horse. I'm like, will you get back on the horse now?
Fine.
Thank you. And I give her a kiss on the cheek.
If she lets you.
She lets her.
Yes. Vindication! Get back on the horse and go walking past the group. Because I assume they're all just standing there.
Yeah?
They're probably just waiting, yeah.
We definitely stopped the elephant.
K2 is asleep.
I just walk by, I don't like look at anybody, and I'm like, why are you, can we go?
Stop staring, go.
Did you figure out your differences?
Everything good?
Yeah, that's fine. We're good.
Okay.
Alright.
You bitches, fuck.
Before we leave, I'm gonna go over to the horse, and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Well, I walked past you, so you can't talk to this horse right now.
Well, no, we haven't said okay, we're leaving yet, which
No, but
means
I walked past you. Yeah, we just walked right past, and I was like, "Are you guys coming? Like, get a move on." So you can talk to the horse later, but right now, this horse be walking.
all right, fine. I mean, I guess I can't walk next to the horse.
You can. It just might be mildly suspicious.
Just talk to the horse when we put it in the stable, seeing how we did that first, then came back and did this whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out for me.
Talk to the horse in the stable.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have to kill the horse. No witnesses.
Does it look like we have liability insurance for these rental?
We do.
We only
we
needed to
don't.
return the elephant. The horses were not part of the deal.
I'm pretty sure the whole caravan was part of the deal.
Yeah. It was.
Oh yeah, they were.
Damn it. Curse you,
have
rent a
two
pony.
people. Damn you,
All
rental
right.
agreements.
So I guess
All
we're
right.
dropping off the animals and then going to the resort.
Yep. Yeah, you drop off the animals, you drop off the kids.
Yep.
Well, before I leave the horse, obviously I want to do the thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I asked the horse to tell me what it was that they were speaking of when they separated from us.
Words?
Did any particular words stand out?
Get on the horse.
Feed? Food. Food. Food.
Food?
Eat. Food.
Were they talking about one of them eating food?
Food.
Thank God, it's just a regular ass horse.
Intelligence of 2.
I know. I'm like, fuck. These things are smart.
Hey, you get the sense
I
he's
can
not
have
gonna
a
get
full-on
much out of the
conversation
horse.
with Jamal, and then again, an elephant is going to be smarter than a horse.
Jamal is a lot smarter than this fucking horse.
Yeah, I think elephants have like an intelligence of like 5 or 6.
What was that?
So I'm pretty sure elephants have like an intelligence score of 5 or 6. Intelligence has an elephant score of 5 or 6.
Elephants have an intelligence of 3.
So you can have a mildly better conversation.
Yeah, they're 50%
Horses have an
smarter.
intelligence of 4. I literally just looked.
Oh, it's a riding horse. It's 2.
Somehow being a riding horse makes it dumber?
Yep.
Yeah.
I carry load.
That's so funny.
Yep, these horses are meant specifically for riding, not for hauling.
Holy son of a bitch, what the fuck?
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, this is an animal that if it had 1 less intelligence, it would be dead.
So smart,
me, Joshua.
What was that?
What type of horse are you looking at? Because I just looked up riding horse, war horse, and draft horse, and they all have 2.
I looked up horse.
Just horse?
Yeah, horse.
Yeah, draft horse does too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you were looking at.
Yeah, I can't even find a horse.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's all 2 across the board.
What the fuck? I literally just, I swear to God, I'm not like fucking around. I literally just looked at
a 2 is a -4.
Oh, that might be what you saw.
That's gotta be it. I don't know. I guess I'm just a jackass. I don't know. I could have swore. Oh well. No. Okay.
Yeah, the horse.
I made my attempt.
Like, yeah, you made an attempt, but the horse wasn't really paying attention until they started talking about food.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not hampered by your ability, but by the fact that it's a horse.
Yeah.
Like if it was like a, I don't know, like a rideable monkey, that'd be different. They have an intelligence of like 6. But...
Rideable monkey.
Hey man, I don't fucking know.
Like, to put this into perspective, you could actively have a conversation with this horse. It just wouldn't be a very in-depth conversation.
Yeah.
And
be like, hey buddy, you hungry?
Information requires intelligence, and this horse ain't got it.
He just remembers food.
To be fair, same.
Yeah, mood horse, mood.
That horse got it down, Pat.
Well, I would say that it does somewhat concern me that apparently she's been so standoffish and weird, and the only thing that I have to relate her standoffish weirdness to is food.
No, that's fair. Yeah, you have every right to be suspicious of her behavior.
You have concerns.
Yeah. I have concerns, especially considering the only connotation I have to connect with you and food, but it doesn't really get me anywhere.
Yeah, there's no further insight, unfortunately.
All right, so you approach the resort, or the gatehouse of the resort, and standing out front of it is a nicely dressed black dragonborn, talking with a human woman.
Is this Shigo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shigo and other dude whose name I can't remember.
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
Yep. That's Carmiel, sorry.
Yeah, it's just that's the only thing that actually made sense to me.
I fucked the name up. I was like, that did sound like cornmeal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornmeal.
How many times can we fuck up this one name?
As many times as I want.
Look, he's a dragonborn. It's his fault for being born.
Yeah, this was the simplest name in that name generator.
Oh no!
Yeah, dragonborn have stupid names.
All right, I'll walk
much
off
better
to
than
them.
like Cormagonagwalk or whatever the fuck the other one was.
Exactly.
Yeah, you approach them, and Shigo looks over and just goes, Cade, welcome. So you brought friends?
Yes, these are the other members of my adventuring troupe. We are looking forward to the voyage.
I hear
It should
Shigo,
be
and all I
interesting.
think is-
The winds over the seas are calm for now. So, at least there's that going for you.
That's true.
Wouldn't we want a strong wind to take us faster?
Not on this ship.
Interesting.
Just sort of looks at the party as like, okay.
Would I know why that would be, or is that more of a closely guarded Sarnathi secret than I would be
It's
privy to?
definitely closely guarded Sarnathi secret.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I would be aware that their ships have something special about them, but
Yes.
what it is, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Like, they can travel fast by wind, but they travel faster through some other non-magical means.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. Sarnathi ships can propel themselves, I think, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Interesting.
Oh, in any case. Probably best not to keep ourselves waiting then.
Yes, I will escort you down through the resort, and through the caves to the docks below.
Alright, fair enough.
Follow me, please. Stay close. You are not to leave the group, as you are not guests of the resort. Anybody that sees you wandering away from me could take the action as aggressive and call for help.
Makes
Last thing
sense.
we want to do is cause trouble.
Okay.
So, the resort does have quite the security force.
I would have to imagine.
So, it's best to stay close. Don't get lost. Right this way. She just opens up the gate for you guys and lets everybody in, and then leads you through the resort.
I make sure to stay close.
Yeah,
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
follow instructions.
Don't be a dummy.
Trust me, it's very hard for us sometimes.
You, it is a very, very lush resort. Like, definitely a lot greener than everywhere else around here. It's well kept, well managed. And Shigo leads you into a large building, and then down a set of stairs. And after the man-made stairs, it opens up into a natural cave system, where she takes you through various turns and twists of this cavern. They're not. It's not like a maze. It's pretty easy to follow which way you go. You're basically just sticking to the right the whole way down.
just kind of raise voice a little bit, just shit, and just like, well, I guess you got to see the caves after all, didn't you?
Well, it's
Technically.
about time. Eventually, you come down to the docks, where there is a single ship docked in the port. A very large warship.
Is it the same one that was docked at Brand?
No.
Okay.
It is bigger.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
That's not concerning.
okay.
Yeah. Huh. It's an impressive ship.
Whoa. That's big.
Armiel says in Draconic, "My vessel awaits you."
I reply in Draconic, we thank you for your safe passage on your vessels.
He like does a double take at you.
Yeah. Edward just, I guess it does wait us, doesn't it? Not in Draconic, but pretty obviously understanding what he said.
Yeah. He, like, gives a very slight nod and then boards the ship.
I don't understand why he looked so shocked.
Cultural thing. They're usually shocked when somebody that's not one of them can understand it.
In my line
Yes,
of work, it is but.
It did take quite a while for him to understand that we knew what he was saying while he was here.
Fair enough.
In my line of work, I find it is best to be able to speak as many languages as possible. Understanding is key.
That's fair. Him and his family are in here quite a lot, staying at the resort from time to time, so.
I mean, it's a extravagant place. I can see why.
Attracts a lot of high-class people.
Yeah.
Royal families of the Dragonborn are no exceptions. We do see them every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine.
Either
Follow
way,
up.
safe travel. She just walks off.
Yep, just follow after.
Yeah. Getting on that boat.
Ship.
Alright, yeah, you all pile onto the boat. And you are eventually released from the dock and begin sailing west. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so good at these.
Yeah, we as a group, not too hot at the.
We have
On
2
anything
people.
tonight.
Hey, there we
Whoa.
go. Good job, Atramir.
Ah.
We have so many rolls to make. Jesus fuck. It's 9 of them. Because the 7 of us plus Zorsha and Fenny.
Yep.
It's
Okay,
fine.
so let me see. Okay. So Darkalion and Atramir.
Oh, damn it.
Jesus.
Darkalion just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 of you, as you get out, a couple thousand feet from the shore, you glance back to the cliffside to admire the expansiveness of the cliff and Kidividi Resort sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
And you see a creature landing in one of the caves that looks very familiar.
Fuck.
Like size-wise? Like something we've seen before?
The same exact bird-like creature.
Does this get
Oh.
pointed out?
Yeah, I will
I'd point
mention
it out,
this
absolutely.
Cool.
to the others.
Check my brand. Is that the bird?
It's now to the east.
So,
So
in that
behind
I told you it was
direction?
on the cliff.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, there it is.
Well, that was quicker than we expected.
as the ship continues sailing.
Yeah,
to
but
the
now we're
west.
heading away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably mention this to our captain.
Comriel, it seems the bird has come to us. We need to turn the ship around.
He looks at you confused.
Looks to Reelan.
I will say the same thing, but in Draconic.
He points off to the west, where you see a storm overhead. Bird.
Other bird.
I think he means to hunt
The
the larger of the
storm.
two.
Okay.
He means to hunt the large bird.
You mean
We'll
The
hunt the
one
large
that's-
bird then.
Are we sure we're capable of something like this?
Nope.
Well, this far now.
But we have a
I don't
whole
know that we have much of an option at
we
this.
have a whole Sarnathi warship behind us.
That's
We
true. Is there anyone else on this ship besides us, like crewmen?
Yeah, there's a few people wandering around.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple kobolds. Mostly dragonborn.
Right. I don't know.
I like how we've apparently agreed on one job when we meant to do something else.
Well,
I mean, I feel like
we only had the
smaller bird-
specification of
You know-
bird.
Oh, I feel like the smaller bird's the one that's been terrorizing the city if it's fucking right there.
But I mean, maybe by dealing with the bigger bird, we'll attract the smaller bird, and we can do both. Literally, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Alright, well, as you guys sail westward toward the storm, we'll go ahead and end there for tonight.
Woo!
Fair.
Sounds like a plan, so I'll end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
Boy!
Bye.
Bye.